out of sight. Talking about my life, government stay away. If you drive, I'ma do it my own way. Squid in the ocean, swimming all alone. Ain't nobody telling me where to go. Living free, gotta stay true to myself. No need for interference from anyone else. Squid pro quo, that's the way to be. Living on my terms, setting myself free. Mama to my baby, protecting with my no government intrusion. I control my life.
Hey everybody, it's Squid. Welcome back to my channel on what should be Aviation Wednesday. But first, we have what in the flying fuck is going on with these people Wednesday. Oh, we have a thing where if she holds the phone too close to her face, it says it may affect your eyes. Hold it farther away. She hasn't figured out that she has to, so she comes to me crying every day. And I'm not usually the type to beg for super chats. However, there is a shit ton of documents, and these documents are getting pricey. So if you want to send that Publix money, so I don't run into my mother-in-law at Walmart anymore, y'all send me that Publix money, that baby squid snack fund, that Pacer document money, whatever you want to call it. Lord help us. And before we get started, because we are going to get into this pretty quick, because I have a stream at 3 o'clock with everybody's favorite truth teller and hater, Spawn Trooper, because we have Aviation Wednesday, where we talk about aviation issues, because everybody knows, well, a lot of people know, some people don't, that I live with. My former life is before occupational therapy. I'm kind of in like the third phase of life. My first phase of adult life was I was in aviation, military aviation, and then civilian aviation. You can see the plane sitting right up there. That baby squid broke into 4 pieces. That is a CRJ 200. Spawn and I go through NTSB reports. We went through the ATC overhaul plan. Now we are finding, we are starting the FAA budgets for the last however many years. And the past presidents, starting with 2024, 2023, and going back to figure out why this shit has not happened in the last 40 years like it's needed to. So if you want to figure out, if you want to hear me rant about something else besides stupid people, and you want to hear me rant about stupid elected officials, which I don't consider people, because that is a life form that I can't even consider them people at this point. Join me for that. And I love you guys. We have 2 things. One, to the person in my comment section, I'm not going to name her because although there wasn't an explicit, I'm sorry, there was an I understand and a more clear, like, oh, I see what you're talking about now. I am open and honest with you guys about a lot of things that happen in my life. If you are a member of my chat, I do have a members only live stream from last year, spilling the tea on why we are no contact with my mother-in-law. But for those of you who do not know, you can go back and watch that if you are a member of the channel. It is $1.99 if you just want to be a member for a month to go and watch that stream and then call it a day, by all means. That is where I spill the tea on some of the drama. But to accuse me of using baby squid as a pawn and keeping baby squid away from her grandparents because something that my mother-in-law did to my sister-in-law, the whole comment about my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law calling my sister-in-law a pussy, and when she was supposed to be apologizing, literally saying, "I'm sorry, it's not your fault. That's just the way God made you." That is just one example, and the one that I can remember the quickest, because that is a quote that I will never forget. Other things, you kind of paraphrase what people say, but that is literally a quote. When my sister-in-law told me that, I will never forget it. So to accuse me because I did not give you 10 years of BS, 40 years for Mr. Squid, 10 years on and off for me, 10 years consistently for my sister-in-law, and 30 years for my brother-in-law, because I did not give you explicit details on things that are a little private. I am not using my daughter as a pawn, and the decision to go no contact was not mine. It was Mr. Squid's. It was his decision to go no contact with his own mother, if that tells you anything at all. A Southern boy going no contact with his Southern mama. If any of y'all are Southern and you know how Southern mamas are with their Southern sons, that right there should tell you a lot. So I appreciate the fact that when I said more, that she came back and said she understood more. I didn't, but please, just because I don't tell you guys everything, I don't, it's not like I don't do it to be, like, we are no contact with my mother-in-law. She had to be reminded that she's not Baby Squid's mother. This lady had a first birthday party, a separate first birthday party for my daughter, did not invite me, and invited her friends and some of her family that I had never met. That should tell you right there. So, like, I appreciate that. Guys, I tell you a lot, but, like, I would never use my daughter as a pawn. And I would love, because most of my family lives in a different state except for my mother, I would love nothing more than to have gone up to her yesterday and been like, "Hey, Tammy, how are you?" And then that's why my Tammy crew means so much to me, because my mother-in-law's name is Tammy. "Hey, Tammy, how are you? Love you. Good to see you. How you doing? Do you want to come pick up, your granddaughter tomorrow? And Mr. Squid can pick her up on the way home, or you can drop her off. Like, I got errands to run. I want to go to the gym. I want to work out in the garden, and I don't want to have to, like, worry about where she is running around the house. Do you want to come pick her up tomorrow?" I would love nothing more than to do that. So, like, I appreciate the person, the person that said that, that came back and was like, "I understand now that you explained more, but please, I don't judge anybody's family situation for what they have, and everybody's family situation and dynamic is different. I would love for my mother-in-law not to be a raging manipulative narcissist, but guess what? And Mr. Squid and I had a conversation after I got off streaming yesterday and he got home about, because I didn't expect that shit to happen. Like, that was not something that I anticipated on a Tuesday trip to Walmart to pick up ice cream for the little, because she had been so good. It's not something I expected. So we had a conversation about, if we run into each other, how do you want me to handle this? His words were, "Go the other direction." So, yeah. So I'm like, guys, I tell you a lot, but just know I would never use my daughter as a pawn. And to even, like, I was before the person came back with a comment this morning, I had a comment ready to go that said, because I had written 2 comments explaining the situation, and I said that was rude. If the person hadn't responded like she did this morning, I would have been, my comment ready to go was, that was very rude, not appropriate for my channel. You are blocked. But because she came back and said that she understood with when I explained more, I I don't like to block people on this channel, but like the accusation and that I just had like disclaimer, the accusation that I use my daughter as a pawn and what would happen if baby squid started dating somebody that didn't, or I can't remember how it was worded, so I apologize to the person if they're watching. I don't mean to throw you under the bus, but like it was worded like if baby squid started dating somebody and they stopped talking to us, and it was like that was not appropriate. All right, but anyway, getting to the crazy so we can make fun of other people. We are going to start with yes. Oh, she already has. She had a whole this woman had a whole nother wardrobe for her. And it was more like a co-parenting relationship. Like, I will tell you, Gail, and I think I told you this before in a private conversation that we were having. This woman had a whole nother wardrobe, like, and it was a co-parenting relationship. Like, it wasn't like, here's clothes for her. It was, if she wore an outfit home that this woman had bought, it was wash those clothes and give them back to me. Like, a co-parenting relationship. It was creepy. She made it seem like my brother and sister-in-law, they live in a city north of here. Now they live an hour and a half from us and like an hour from them. So for Christmas, she took advantage of the fact that when they both moved out of the house for the final time, that they didn't talk as much. When my brother-in-law got married and moved out, like, they took advantage of the fact that they weren't as close as they once were. So they dropped off the Christmas gifts at mother-in-law's house. We were never given those Christmas gifts. I still have not received those Christmas gifts from 2 years ago. So, like, yeah. And she made it appear to us as if they never got Christmas. They never got our daughter. I could care less if they give me Christmas gifts. Like, once you have a kid, y'all parents know, once you have a kid, you are not the center of attention. You do not get Christmas gifts, and that's fine because it's no longer about you. Like, it's about your child. As long as your child gets something. But those Christmas gifts are still, they were still in a box months after Christmas. They told the sister-in-laws, the good in-laws, that they didn't have any room to set it up. And my sister-in-law was thinking, later she told me this, she was thinking, that's not for you to decide. Those were gifts for their house, not for you to give to her parents. Yeah. So, yeah. And Deborah, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you so much. Yeah. So sorry I'm ignoring the chat. I just had to get that off my, yeah. And it was like, sorry, there's a couple of things that I usually can brush off when, like, you know what, like when trolls come in here, you know, but the one thing I will not, I do not handle very well is being called a bad mother, as you could tell by what's his name? Bruce last year. Do not talk about my daughter or how, you know, like how I parent my daughter. Like, that is, my daughter is my world. Sorry guys. And Cynthia, thank you for the $9.99. Video game controller evolves into a muzzled version of itself to the world. And Duncan, Idaho, thank you for the 5 Squid Program memberships. And Duncan, I know you wrote me, but I'm calling you out. Duncan is not here very often, but he is a friend. He is a fellow veteran, and he asked me to take him off of my mod squad because he's not here very often and he's not doing his job. He's dude, you're stuck with me. You're stuck with me. Good afternoon, folks. The Marines have landed. What's your favorite color of crayon? I love my Marines. And knock it off there. Thank you for the $2. Humility has very thin skin that ruptures easily. Yes, it does. Ugh. Oh my God. It's like my daughter is my world. Ugh. Ugh. And that was one of our fears. And I go every couple months, and I'm like, because the thing is I don't have her blocked. He has her blocked. I don't, because I figured, what the hell, like, why, if I figured, why she's never once reached out to me to say, hey, can we do something, or can we fix this, or so. But yes, anyone that can donate to Squid's growing overwhelming paper fund, please do. And I am all for the reason, if y'all are new to my streams, the reason I love covering federal cases is because federal cases are not like state cases in the sense of being streamed on Law and Crime, or being able to get Megan Fox, or sorry, I'm having a brain fart right now. Scott, what's his channel? Scott, Recovery Addict. I was like, great setup, Scott. I know his name, can't think of his channel. Recovery Addict. In the Courtroom, or Lauren with a pool feed. Federal cases, there are no cameras. You only get a few people in there to maybe live tweet or report, and you have to pay for documents. So I'm all about exposure. So I'm all about exposure. So Duncan, Idaho, thank you for the 8 months of membership. Squid, you're a great mom. Forget about it. Thank you. I try. I am not perfect by any means. Not perfect by any means. But hey, Ammo, how are you guys? All right, I need to open up these documents, because I was opening up the other set of documents for the other case. And I'm going to pop out chat so I can see a little clearer than the chat in Streamlabs, because Lord knows that's also much fun. Oh, Musi, probably not. Oh, Debbie, thank you. I got it. Hold on, I'm opening my Cash App now. Oh, thank you so much for your love. Thank you. Oh, Mama Cuddles, hi. Roy, leave it to you to break the tension. Never will do farts, because they will travel up your spine to your brain. That's where shitty ideas come from. Probably not. I'm just here. And I did get those panels that I was going to hang this morning. I do not like them. They are ugly as sin. And like, they might have made my sound better. Oh, and I didn't move my mic, so that's it. So my mic, it would really help if I put my mic in front of my face. Musi, thank you for alerting me that my sound sucks. This is probably a little better. And Chris, thank you for 3 months of membership. You're a damn lot better than many mothers. Like I said, I try, but it helps. It helps that we do have the means to be a stay-at-home mom. We did the math, and I'd have to make like $30 an hour to even make it worth the cost of childcare. And I have nothing. And I do not mom shame, because like, people got to do what they got to do. But I am lucky enough to be a stay-at-home mom. That being said, I am lucky enough to be a stay-at-home mom. Not everybody is. So because of that, I get to do a lot of things with the little that not a lot of people get to do. And that is not to mom shame people who want to work or have to work, because I don't mom shame. Like I breastfed, I don't mom shame people who needed to who couldn't produce and needed to bottle feed. You got to do what you got to do to get by. I don't mom shame. I do shame moms who mom shame, but that's just me. I feel for you, Squid. My first mother and father-in-law were pretty shitty to me until I showed them I was stronger than they were. Yeah. Yeah. Childcare costs are ridiculous. Yeah. It's yeah. And I'm thinking about getting my my paralegal, just because I will never work in a hospital setting again. I saw shit during COVID. I will never work for a hospital system again. If I do anything in healthcare, it'll be well care, and it will be keeping people out of the hospital system, because no, I saw shit that I don't ever want to see again. However, I will be trying to get a different, like I work 1 day a week helping a friend with his business. But other than that, like YouTube is my job. So I try not to do the whole push for super chats, and that's why I monetize my streams, is because this is my job. This is how I help my family put food on the table. Yes, it is supposed to be fun. However, it is how I help my family. Like, it is how I help my family put food on the table. So and I am 90% service connected through the VA due to a head injury and subsequent brain surgery. So I do have a little means to an end. It's not like I'm not making anything, but I stayed home as long as I could and then went back. It wasn't stay-at-home type. I pumped at work, not going to apologize, super involved, off work hours. And everybody's got a different situation, and that's why I don't judge. I do judge people who judge others, because that is fun. Like, I'm that kind of person, whereas it's like, I won't judge until you give me a reason to. And then, kind of like this. So we are going to get into these documents, but before, I have to show my...
The creator does not give medical, legal, or financial advice. You may hear opinions on this channel from the creator and guests that you may not agree with, and that is okay. Everyone is welcome to their own thoughts, views, and opinions, and this is a place for open debate and agreeing to disagree. Thank you. Do not contact anyone discussed in this stream. If you do, you will be blocked from this channel, and then continuously shamed by the creator and the chat for being stupid.
That is my disclaimer. Y'all, I love you, but if you... Okay. I love you. Oh, okay. Apparently she did not want to, she did not want to hang out. Rebrand, thank you for becoming a member. She's... Angel, you want your water? Yeah. Where is your cup? Girl, your cup is right there. You are... She is pointing to her cup that is literally like right here and saying water. Water. It's like, I love you, but you need to be self-sufficient. Your water is 2 feet away from you. Debbie, thank you for gifting 5 Squid Pro Club memberships. I promise you tomorrow, there will be a members only stream. Probably around 3 o'clock-ish. Because I have a lot of research to do and I need y'all's help. And we just gonna chit chat. So we just gonna chit chat. And Sir Frank, well, hello there. I judge all of you as being okay humans, but okay humans suck as species. So take that as you will. Shellfish rights for all. And I'm the type of person is like, Cody, where did his comment go? I judge him because he's a Marine, and well, you know, I was Navy, he's a Marine, y'all know. But if anybody judges him, then we got problems. Can you redo the disclaimer, but in Hulk Hogan's voice? I was going to read it myself, but since I sound like a Muppet with emphysema, like I have a couple videos that I tried to record, but my voice right now, I tried to read, like I was trying to edit them, and I'm like, I just can't stand the sound of my own voice right now. So I like, So I asked my new doc for a referral for functional medicine, but I didn't know if there was anything in the hospital. And it seems they won't refer out unless. Oh my goodness. And rebrand gifted 20 Squid Pro Quo memberships. I love you guys. We're turning the chat green. All right, and we are going to get into a couple of these documents because a couple of them are super quick. And I just have to do this so they look a little bigger. All right, and this one is the first one. There we go. So this is the judge's order from responding to the motion to compel discovery. Upon consideration of the foregoing, it is ordered this 17th day of June. Plaintiff has moved to compel discovery. Responses from defendants, document 152. Defendant will have an opportunity to respond to motion. Accordingly, defendants must respond to plaintiff's motion to compel on or before June 26th. So, I understand, and I was listening to the expert last night, and I'm going to get through this quick. I like that the courts take it a little bit easier on pro se defendants because our system of law is very complicated. However, that being said, this is these people's second time at being pro se. How many times has discovery been pushed back because they have refused to comply? This is pushing back discovery again. So I've given the judge the benefit of the doubt so many damn times. Even I am getting sick of the judge at this point. I understand that he's trying to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're pro se. I understand that. However, this is not their first time at being pro se, and how many months has discovery been pushed back and delayed because they have not responded to crap? So now you're pushing it back another 10 days, 9 days, because of the fact that they didn't respond and comply again. At this point, it's like, guys, how many times is enough? Like, yeah, it is BBB, but at the end of the day, BBB represents them. So when BBB didn't give them anything, it means that they didn't give them anything. They didn't give Jeremy anything. And they were pro se before Bubbles showed up. So, like, this is not their first time at being pro se. It's like I understand the judge is between a rock and a hard place. However, yes, I do understand that. But I understand that courts, and not just this court, like courts nationwide are slightly more lenient on pro se defendants than they are on attorneys, because attorneys obviously went to law school, have a degree in the law, and also passed a bar exam. So they are a little bit more strict on attorneys than they are. The expert described it way better because the expert went to law school, obviously not a practicing attorney. As he says, I'm not an attorney. An attorney is practice law. I'm a lawyer. I went to law school. I'm getting frustrated with the judge. And I feel like out of everybody covering this case on both sides have been pissed off at the judge. I've given the judge a benefit of the doubt on so many things because of the ethics rules he has to follow and the fine line between, being too hard on pro se defendants and all of this shit. But this is like, if discovery gets pushed back past the 26th, I'm going to and it probably will, because they must respond to plaintiff's motion before the 26th. So that means that discovery will be pushed back past the 26th. So we're going into July with discovery. Remember, according to the original scheduling order, the trial was supposed to be in August. Yeah. I'm like, now even I'm getting frustrated with the judge. And that's saying a lot, because I feel like out of everybody covering this case that I know of, I'm sure there are people covering this case that I have never heard of before. However, out of everybody who I've personally watched or spoken to, I feel like I have been the most lenient on the judge as far as giving him the benefit of the doubt that he has to be fair to everybody. Except the expert. The expert's obviously smarter than me. Obviously smarter than me. So, and I am going to pronounce your name completely wrong, and I am so sorry. I'm Asameritline, and I don't know where that 20 is from. I just got a membership. Thank you. Thank you so much. This potted plant is really getting annoying. Yeah, I do understand that there's a fine line that all judges walk, but he is turning into the opposite of Bev. Auntie Bev is so hands-on and annoying, whereas he's the opposite. He's so hands-off. And when Bruce was on the case and he was giving attorneys the ability to be attorneys and trying to be hands-off because attorneys are supposed to be held to a higher standard, I understood. Even though Bruce was, in my opinion, was the most unprofessional person I've ever seen in my life, except for Hank Brennan. But that's, if you know, you know. However, this is getting old now. Even for me, this is getting old. All right, the next one. And I'm trying to get through, I promise, the quick ones so that we can kind of talk, because I only got 50 minutes left before I got to go to another stream. And it's my own stream, and I have us set up to redirect over there. So if y'all are interested in anything aviation and me telling the government that they suck, and following the money, and it's not a partisan thing, everybody sucks. So yeah, we're gonna dive down the rabbit hole of where your $1 billion went over the last 40 years. All right. So this is referred to magistrate on Belatho on June 16th. Request for order dismissing counterclaim count 1 by the defendants. Upon consideration of the foregoing, it is ordered this 17th day of June. Defendants have each filed a request for order under FRCP 41A2 dismissing counterclaim count 1. The court will require plaintiff to expedite his response to the motions. Accordingly, plaintiff must file a response to defendant's motions on or before June 19th. That is tomorrow. I had to look at my calendar. All the days are starting to run together. Yeah, I've been a government employee. I've seen the waste. Back in 2008, when we were going through the NIN numbers and we needed to order a clock, or the AEs needed to order a clock for the cockpit, about the diameter of a Celsius can and about half the height, and one connector on the back, $750 for a fucking clock back in 2008. Could you imagine what they're paying for that now? too much money. So there's a shit ton of waste. So I'm under the impression that everybody sucks in the government, and I am not afraid to tell them they suck. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle. I'm not even afraid to tell people I like that they suck. Like, even if I voted for you, I am not the type of person to go, I voted for you, I like everything you do. I'm gonna be like, no, I voted for you, and overall I like you. However, you suck at this, and this. Fix yourself. Like, I'm not that kind of person. That I believe that you can be a good person and make shitty decisions. I also think that you can be a shitty person and make good decisions. And you can be good at a job, but be a shitty person. Like, I don't have to be your friend to admit that you're good at a job. Hence why I voted the way I voted for president. I don't think some people are good people to be good at their job. We ain't never going to be drinking buddies. We ain't never going to be friends. However, claim 1, and the counterclaim was, I will look it up, and I'm sorry I'm talking fast. This is what I do sometimes. I am going back all the way to count 1. I have to look at the order to dismiss, or the motion to dismiss the counterclaim, because it has it in there what document the counterclaim was. Document 69. And if I could show y'all my document 69. Insert a counterclaim. I have to go back and put all of these document numbers on here. And this is something I probably should have done, but it's been kind of a busy day, but not a busy day at the same time, if that makes any sense. Dude. There are so many documents in this case. Amended complaint. Oh, the good old oh, Spawn Trooper. Hey, Spawn. We're not even going to go there. Counterclaim 1. I have to go and it was about March when I started numbering the documents. It was about document 80 that I started numbering the documents. And that was not a motion in opposition to counterclaim. Let's see, counterclaim 1. That was Bruce's motion. I honestly don't remember what count. No, you're fine. You're fine. I just have to spend a day, probably this weekend or whenever Mr. Squid decides he doesn't want to work. Because he's been working 6 days a week for the past, since our vacation. And I have to just find a time where I can go through and renumber these. Because when you get sidetracked on other things, the way you number your documents becomes futile. Now, as you can see, the way I number it, if you look at the top here, it says 25/6/17, document 154. So it's like the date and then what document number on the docket it is. So I can easily find it when I'm looking in the when I'm looking in the stuff. So if you if you ever see the top of my documents like that, that's the way I number it. Year, month, day, then the document number. So now I can easily find them. Some of the documents that I don't have numbered like that are super hard. And trying to keep documents or cases 1 and 2 separate. Sometimes I will accidentally save a document 2 document in a document 1 folder, and it's like, or a case 1 folder, and it's like, oh my God, I just totally messed that up. All right. And then $155. But putting them in with numbers definitely helps open them up easily, because then I know like quickly where we're at. I do too, Diana. It wasn't so bad when there wasn't so many documents in the first case, but now that there's 50 some odd documents in that case too, it would have been nice if it would be nice if it was a different judge. I understand that why it's with Bolitho, so that it all can stay contained in the court system, and the court system itself can keep it organized, but it messes with my head. All right, this is document 155. This is motion requesting leave to file a second motion to compel discovery, pages in excess of 7 pages allotted. So this was filed yesterday. All right. Plaintiff Jeremy Hales, by and through undersigned counsel, requests leave to file an over-the-length motion to compel discovery and memorandum in law in support for the reasons set forth herein. The length of the proposed filing will not exceed 16 pages, thank God. 16 pages is about my limit for what I can tolerate before I'm like, are we done yet? Or before I'm like, what can I skip? The final scheduling order states a motion to compel discovery or response to any such motion may not exceed 7 pages without leave of court. The plaintiff presently has exceeded the amount of pages allowed by 9 pages, document 152. He makes this motion for additional pages in order to fully present all of the relevant facts and legal arguments relating to the necessity for the court to consider the second motion to compel discovery, which was first brought out to this court's attention at the April 3rd, 25 hearing in Pensacola, the one where Bruce didn't go. This case was stayed between April 3rd and just up until a few days ago, so it was longer than 40 days. It will benefit this court and its decision-making authority to be fully apprised of complete and thorough arguments in this matter so that justice may be served. The discovery issue is one of the major issues to be decided prior to trial, and the decision made by the court will direct a large portion of the litigation strategy and trial prep going forward. The above supports the plaintiff's request for excessive pages in the second motion to compel and accompanying memorandum of law, which shall not exceed 16 pages long, with accompanying exhibits. Plaintiff has attempted to diligently to stay within the page limit, but the complexity of the issue and the importance of the facts presented in the memorandum of law, in conjunction with the 2 deficiency letters attached to the second motion to compel, necessitates an explanation in excess of the allotted 7 pages. Should the defendant seek additional pages in any response, plaintiff will not object to their request for an over-length response. They can't write more than 2 pages though, so thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'm crossing my fingers for a decision today. For those of you who don't know, and unfortunately have been living under a rock, we are Karen Reed trial number 2 verdict watch for day 4. Good faith certification, and I am not scrolling down because I don't want did not take away anybody's addresses, and I don't want to be accused of doxing, even though the vast majority of people know where Jeremy's land is and they know where across the street is. I'm still not going to be accused of any of that BS. So we're just not gonna do it. There's 200 people here and there's only 90 likes. Can we get that up, or I'm gonna start talking about like my mother-in-law again? I mean, some of y'all, I can do another stream. Trust me, there's more. I'm not sure Mr. Squid would like that, but you know. If y'all didn't see, Larry, DUI guy, did a 14-minute video yesterday. He made some really good observations, and he finally, I was working yesterday, so I had an earbud in, and my boss was in front of me, and I clean. Like, he owns a commercial cleaning business, so I clean. So I'm not hardworking, but I'm working hard, but I'm not it's the first job I've ever had that's not mentally taxing, which is kind of nice. But all of a sudden, Larry said something out loud that was like, duh. And one of the jury questions, I can't remember exactly how the question was worded, but all of a sudden it was like Larry had this light bulb moment, and it was like, duh. They were asking questions about they were asking a question about if they're not guilty on 2 of the 3 counts, but they can't decide the 3rd count, is it going to be a hung jury? And Larry was kind of going into, how did they know, and how do they know about the last case? And he goes, all of a sudden he was like, duh. And it was kind of like, no shit, Larry. Once you said it out loud, it was like captain obvious. They've been hearing for 8 weeks that the last trial, they know this isn't the first damn trial, and they don't want it to go to another trial. So it was like Larry said it out loud, and it was like, once you say it out loud, it was like, holy shit, how did we not all, it was like, Larry, captain obvious. Thank you, sir. Hey, Jeff. Good afternoon. Haven't been able to listen for any length of time for a few days, 4 hours a day, and having to deal with court cases from cases I worked on several years ago that I was involved in. Ooh, that sounds like fun. And Gail, you are amazing, and we just have to do this right here. We just have to do that right there. Gail, type another comment, because Gail, yeah, Squid needs help paying her pacer bill. My pacer bill last quarter was $189.90 or something like that. Yeah, it was outrageous for me. So we are going to get into this document, and this, I can't believe, this is the document I cannot believe that was filed. I just can't, I'm like, what in the absolute, and a lot of you guys have probably seen this document. This is the first time I am reading it, and I'm saving it right now so that I don't have to pay for it again. Because you guys know I spend a lot of money on Pacer. However, I don't like to spend more money than I have to. So I will not, I try to save it right away so that I don't have to buy it twice, because that would be wasting money to me. I am broke. Yeah, you and me both right now. Yeah. All right. Notice of related cases. Please take notice of the following related cases involving the lawsuit against plaintiff Jeremy B. Hales and Elephant Shoes, Orange County, Florida. Leslie Ferderigos versus Jeremy Hales et al. Attached. Yay. Oh yeah, I forgot, Devil Dog Cody. You are in LA, and you are in LA. Oh. Amos girl, thank you for the $20 Pacer bill. Y'all are awesome. And you know me, I hate doing the thing. I'm such a bad grifter. People used to call me a grifter. They don't really anymore. That's why I turn on monetization, is so that I don't have to rely on super chats and I still get a little something for my time. But that Pacer bill is crap. But this right here, remember how I was talking and I said that I believed that Miss Federico's husband was just as litigious as she was? This is why. This is why. And I believe he filed this because he has another case where he was either a lawyer or is a current lawyer in a case in front of Judge Belatho. Because when I was searching for cases, I just went Northern District of Florida. Well, I didn't go Northern District of Florida. On Pacer, you can search a name, and it will just give you all the places where that person is named as a party or an attorney. And he was on as an attorney in the Northern District of Florida, and the judge was Judge Belatho. So I, personal opinion, think that he is filing this because he has some rapport with the judge. I don't know if the rapport he has is good rapport. However, I believe that this is being filed by him because he thinks he has some rapport with the judge. I don't know if that's accurate. That is just my opinion. But because I saw, and I just haven't investigated that other case, because that other case is hundreds of documents, and I don't have the cash. Be it, I will not get billed for my Pacer until second quarter is July, so next month. However, it still is, it still is that thing, like. And Dragon Lady, thank you for the $4.99 to help with Pacer bill. Like, I appreciate you guys so much. But here is all the here's the and I do not agree with this lawsuit at all. But do you notice that who is talking and who has read some of her lawsuits and who is not on here? I am of the thing of, well, and the expert said it best, and I don't want to keep bringing up the expert, but he brings up very good points. And if you don't subscribe to the expert, you should, because he brings up very good points. Be careful what you say in people's chats, and also actions have consequences. And whenever back in the day, when you talked shit to someone in real life, what happened? You generally got punched in the face. I do not advocate for violence. I do not say go punch someone in the face. But generally speaking, when you pissed someone off and you were in front of them on a playground or in a bar, it's happened. How many people here have gotten in put a 1 in the chat if you've ever gotten in a bar fight? Yeah. Members only, I'll tell you that story. My dad can tell you that story because he was there when I got in a bar fight. But well, on the internet, when you talk shit about people, whether you have a point or not, when you talk shit about people, you have the possibility of being sued. Do I agree with it? No. However, that's what people do. It's 2025 in the US. People are sue happy. People have been sue happy in this country for 20 years. it's just, and I'm under the impression that just because you can say something doesn't mean you should. There are plenty of people on the internet who do not like me. There are plenty of people on the internet who I do not like. But you do not see me here every day sitting here running my mouth about people, saying how much people suck, calling people various names, although I am tempted to sometimes, because damn do I want to. But I'm convinced that there are just some things, just because you can say shit doesn't mean you should say shit. And when you are profiting on both sides, I am not singling any one person out, because I see this all the time on all parts of YouTube. Hi. Watch this. I see it. You want to see?
Yeah.
Go get another one. It fell. It's down there. I think. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is.
No.
Oh, girl.
No.
Oh, girl. All right. I have to go do mama duties real quick. So this time we are going to put on a video for you guys. I have to do mama duties. If you know, you know.
I'm a bad mood, gotta keep it tight. Hold my baby.
Wrong video.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
thank you guys for your patience with me. I appreciate it so much. Mama duties always come first, and I appreciate you understanding. Yes, don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up. It really helps. And if you are subscribed, please make sure, or you think you're subscribed, please make sure you are still subscribed, because I had a couple people come and chat yesterday and be like, I had to resubscribe. I haven't been here in a couple weeks, and YouTube decided to unsubscribe me because they love me. Ugh. All right. Yes, link you. I will be doing that. I got to send you a link to this stream too. So all right. Spawn, I'm just going to send you a link to this stream and have you come on here, and then we'll just there we go. I am not going to read that whole lawsuit because multiple creators have read it on their streams. My favorite that I've seen recently would be the expert, considering he read it when Shizzy got added, and he had a little come to Jesus moment, some prayers. Hey, Spawn.
No one cares. Oh, sorry.
So we definitely will not be reading all 115 pages of that.
I can put it. I can.
This is the upgraded one with Shizzy in it, and she doesn't even mention Shizzy in any of the exhibits, if I can remember correctly, which is what made.
Before you
yes,
carry
you can.
on. Thank you.
For what?
Unfortunately, we haven't had to talk pre-stream, so I can't really go Hulk. Anyway, right. Three points here about this freaking whatever you want to call human being. I don't give a crap what they say. First of all, I'm telling you right now, this individual needs a 100% psych evaluation by a professional. Point one. Point two, you're going on about being over 40. However, you're trying to impress people by dressing up like a 15-year-old, and all you are doing is contradicting yourself. Point three, why are you using someone who you are trying to divorce and putting their name at the bottom of a fucking document, and then you come from nowhere and you come in, it's like you've punched yourself into a paper bag and then found out, oh shit, I can't fight my way back out again. This is ridiculous. This is absolute insanity. Okay, that's my what you call it in America? That's my
Soapbox. TED Talk.
No. That's my 2 minute of like the insanity.
The rant.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and I'm being perfectly honest with you. You guys saw me click on the document, and you saw exactly how much it cost me. 23 pages, $2.30. So, y'all, I'm being as transparent as I possibly can with, you know.
Oh.
Yes.
Forgot one more. Leave me alone.
I'm saving this document right now. So talk.
Listen, you had to go at me yesterday. Now it's my turn.
Oh, for those of you who don't subscribe to Spawn, you really should. If you want to hear like truth bombs on everything and like actual documentation and you know all of that. Yesterday in his chat, this man. I was drying my hair, just listening to his stream, and all I had said was, I come to you for information on all the, like, whatever is going on in the hater page on Facebook, because I don't do Facebook. except to share stupid videos on my page. And all he said was calm down. I'm drying my hair, so I sent him a picture of literally my hair dryer like this. And I'm like, do you know what happens when you tell a woman who's not mad to calm down?
I love
Like, I am not. I was like, I'm drying my hair. I even sent a picture. I sent that same picture to Ammo's girl, and I'm like, I have no idea what he's talking about right now. I am drying my hair. I am as calm can get, except for the fact that it's 90 degrees outside and I'm running a hairdryer. Like,
listen, you went total beast mode in my chat, so I had to sort of like.
not.
Yes, you fucking did. You went total beast mode in my chat. Oh, wait a minute, it's Steve. Yeah, no, you went beast mode. I was like, oh god, here we go. Because I'm trying to talk about a topic that is extremely.
Yeah, and Spawn does talk about topics that are trigger warning, but in the good way, like things that need to be said. Research on mental health topics, like not, oh, I have a mental health issue and I'm doing that. No, like, hey, this is what, if you need help, this is where you can go.
Yeah.
You know, this is like actual topics. But I turned his volume up. Can you still not hear him, or am I just that loud?
Hang on a minute, please hold. I will check.
Verdict is in.
Maybe everyone is deaf in America today.
Well, I can hear you just fine. That's right.
Okay, how about now?
Oh, you're.
I would love to be there. Yeah, but I must admit though, when yes, yesterday when I went, just walk away, take a breath, come back, calm down. I swear to God, there was a moment at the, like it was like someone put up a big like 200-foot square screen in front of me. If you just stand in the kitchen with a knife sharpener and a knife going, I was like, oh shit! I knew the minute I said it. I knew. Oh crap. Yeah, but
the thing is I went like the thing is I was like, I don't know why he's like talking because I'm like, I don't know what he's upset about me is like, or what he's upset about, because I'm like, I was like, what? All I see,
you know, I was busting your balls, you know that, don't you?
Yeah, and that's why I just went whatever. Lisa, I have the Law and Crime stream up. The ceiling fan is getting more screen time.
Oh, is it? Okay.
The ceiling fan is getting more screen time. This is what I see. If I see anything change, I'm gonna pull that out and kind of cover up the stream here.
That thing is really going. I mean, you could, if you turn it upside down, I mean, you can go, right now we're over section 45, and yes, there's a buffalo just tripped, and the traffic is holding back by about 2 miles, and we're going to come back to you in the studio. Yeah,
it's kind of verdict watch, but at the same time, like, it's one of those things where the ceiling fan always gets the most of the screen time. Oh, and shoot, it's Chrome is doing that thing again. I might have to restart. I'm gonna have to restart. I will be back in a hot minute.
Don't look at me. It wasn't my fault.
I will be back in a minute. No.
You broke it. You broke it. Oh, pardon me. I'm on my own, alone. Oh, did I just burp? I am so sorry. That means like you're going to have, when you watch the live stream, you're going to have a burp on your live stream twice. Now that I'm alone with you.
Hey, everybody. Sorry.
What? Don't know what you're on about. What?
Huh? What?
Hey,
Law and Crime killed my
I burped and everyone just went
it was Law and Crime killed my Chrome.
Oh, just for the record, I want to say this. Yesterday when I was doing that stream about mental health and labeling and everything else, I have been some people have gone, oh, what the hell's going on between you and Squid? There's nothing going on. This is the way we are. We just fucking press each other's buttons. We're good friends, and we have a laugh about it. Okay, but the thing is,
I get mad, and then
yeah. But the thing is, you have to understand that when it comes to topics like that, there's a time to joke, and then there's a time not to joke. And the thing is, because of obviously the level of seriousness on that topic, yeah. And now we've got this freaking court. Do you know what? Randy's gonna have a field day with that freaking motion. Oh my god, that I can't wait. He's gonna go. It's like going to be watching someone play golf and go 4.
it's just one of those situations where I'm like, what the actual like?
Look, like, I'm sorry into like when it comes to this, because I do.
And I promise you, everybody who comes into chat, and I've gotten a couple comments in the past when Spawn's been on my streams that aren't about the aviation stuff, and he said that Spawn takes over. No, Spawn and I just go back and forth, and he knows that my voice isn't the strongest right now. So when he feels that I need a break, he'll just, when you get 2 streamers on a chat, 2 people that can like take and deal with like 2 to 3 hour streams by themselves, people just talk. You get it with Tug and Megan all the time. You get it with everybody else who streams together. It just happens. I just have RBF, and it just looks like I'm annoyed. I promise you I'm not. Trust me, when we talk on the phone, because we talk on the phone at least 3-4 days a week, sometimes he's like, bitch, shut up. He doesn't say those words, but he...
Well, I don't say that, but I can't get a word in sideways, and I literally have to tell you.
Sometimes he's like, are you done? Can I talk now?
There you go. See, that's exactly how it happens. I'm literally talking, and she'll just go... And I'm sitting there going... Whoa, fuck.
So he doesn't interrupt me. Generally, it's me talking on the phone, and he's like, can you stop talking so I can get a point in?
Yep. So, and then right now, I want to get a point in. Here's the thing.
Like
with this frivolous law case, right? We've already discussed where, you know, she came from nowhere, blah 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 blah, right? But here's one thing I have noticed. I did a little bit of research, did a bit of watching, did a bit of listening, and someone actually posted some clips of a stream where she was on a certain platform who I'm not going to name, and she mentioned something about her mental health and everything else. Now, I'm not going to mock her on that, because that's one thing you don't mock people on. However, so this is what I was talking about the other day. So it's okay to go and cause as many problems as you can, and then once you get confronted by causing those problems, you suddenly start using labels. And that was the reason why I did the stream the other day. Not just because of that. And my second point is, people need to stop listening to idiots. I don't take over anyone. Squid and I have a scheduled day during the week where both of us cover the aviation issues that are going on, and we are jumping down rabbit holes so you don't have to. Okay, you're getting an American variation of it, and you're getting a European version of it, and both of us are veterans, and both of us, okay, I'm a veteran, she's an ex-Navy, but that's beside the point. Right. Get in there. That's a dig for yesterday, by the way. So please stop listening to idiots. I have the utmost respect for people's platforms, and if you actually pay attention, you will actually notice I only talk if it's relevant.
Well, here's the thing too. We're collaborating on this because this is something that we talk about off stream.
Yes.
This is something that we like, not this, but the aviation stuff is something that you have spoken to Mr. Squid about. This is something that we talk about off of YouTube.
Yes.
This is something we talk on the phone about.
Yes.
So it's only right that when I started covering this, that I would invite the person who I talk about it with, since he's also a streamer, on my stream. It seemed only right. But Roy brings up a really good point.
I didn't
I'm
do
sick
it. You
and
just
tired of
did
the
it.
mental health excuses when they have dug a hole there in themselves. Yes,
Mhm.
I am not one to talk about anybody's mental health or throw. I'm not one to negatively talk about someone, but I will use their own words in what I've heard them say. People that have said, I have mental health issues, but I don't take my medication. You need to see somebody. You need to protect yourself, and you need to see somebody.
I mean,
When the only time that you use your mental health issues as a crutch is when you're being criticized or ridiculed. If you were to go on stream, even when you're like having a good day and you were like no one's criticizing you, you're just doing your thing and you're like, guys, I'm having a bad day. It was like, I had a lot of stress. My mental health is not doing so well today. So we're kind of going to make today's stream a little easier. But the only time that you ever mention your mental health is when someone criticizes you. That to me, and I am not singling anybody out because people do this all over the internet and all over YouTube, all over Twitter, all the time. If you think I'm talking about you, then you might need to look in a mirror and do some self-reflection. I am not singling any one person out, but you can name on two hands a list of people that do this.
Can I interject?
Is in. So we are going to let's hope Ron Crowd doesn't kill my stream this time.
Can I interject very quickly? Can I interject very quickly? First of all, I want to say, ja, alles klar, Haselmonty gegen Engel. Mir geht's gut. Ich hoffe, es dir geht auch, dass es dir auch gut geht. Okay, that's just me saying hello. Right, here's the thing that I would like to say in regards of people using labels. The internet is not the place to come onto if you are dealing with anxieties or mental health, because all you're going to do is you're going to trigger yourself. And it's the last place, because people, no matter who they are or who you are or whatever, when you come on the internet, people will notice that you're struggling or you've got issues, and they will take advantage of that. And the worst place you can be anywhere in the world is on the internet when it comes to mental health, because people will always take advantage of it. And if they're not taking advantage of you, they are taking advantage of the situation where it's very easy to cry wolf, to a point where that person then will lose all credibility. The end.
I have Court TV pulled up. When I see something other than a ceiling fan, I will go to that. I will go to that. Until then, we are going to get into Lisa Lee's response.
Oh, I heard about that. I've missed that part. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. Let's go for it.
So it is 23 pages. We are not going to get through the whole 23 pages. However, it's an interesting read. Defendant Lee's opposition to plaintiff's motion for leave to amend complaint to substitute party. 23 pages for that. Comes now, Defendant Lee respectfully submits his opposition to plaintiff's motion for leave to amend complaint to substitute party. Document 63 states as follows. This lawsuit is not a genuine pursuit of justice, as yet another episode in Jeremy Hale's ongoing campaign to manufacture controversy, cultivate outrage, and monetize conflict for the benefit of his YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad we are not making YouTube channel a drinking game. Otherwise, we would,
be hammered.
Hale's a self-styled content creator, has made a practice of instigating public disputes, recorded selectively edited encounters, then casting himself as the perennial victim before a large and devoted audience. His pattern is a clear provoke, record, then profit, using the legal process as a mere backdrop for generating attention and financial support. The defendants in this case are not malicious conspirators. They are independent online commentators and critics who, like Hales himself, participate in the robust and often heated public discourse that thrives on social media platforms. Honestly, that part, the second part of that, I don't disagree with. However, I disagree with the first part of that.
Oh, absolutely, and also social media, the platforms. You're gonna get constructive criticism. You're gonna get controversy. You're gonna get people who don't agree with each other. That is part and parcel of the of social media. But the thing is, what I can't understand is financial support. Where's he? I mean, he is hemorrhaging money because of this court case.
Yeah.
So
The only like plain devil's advocate, because that's what I do, and some people hate that, but I do it anyway because that's just who I am, and that's what makes my channel different than many others. He has gained subscribers because he started off, if I remember correctly, when he was on Megan's channel and I clicked on his channel, had just over 702,000 or something like that.
732,000.
Well, now he has 732,000. When he first came on Megan's
735,000.
well, when he was on Megan's platform, he only had 702,000. So he's gained 30,000 subscribers in a year. Not to say that is all because of the court case, because he has put out other content as well. I'm just saying, if they want to ammunition that they could put in their complaint that might actually be a little bit better than the shit that they are putting in there, would be to say he has gained 30,000 subscribers from this. If they want to go that angle, at least put something that's factual. During this time of this lawsuit, he has gained X amount of subscribers. And that may be very well the case. All I know is when he came on Megan's platform, I saw him with just over 700,000 subscribers. He did not have as many as he has now. Whether he just hit 500K in late 2022, $500,000 time to girls celebration in spring, where he closed 700K already, considering what he'd be at today if it weren't for all this. I don't disagree. I'm just saying, if they want to use this whole YouTube and subscriber and to make money shit, that's what I would. There's better ways to do it than this. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, at least make it plausible. Like,
I mean, he has had I'm looking at something right now, and he has had a steady subscriber count, a fairly steady one, but it was going up until all this started, and then it just sort of bottomed out. So
it's almost like other people that start to grow and grow and grow until someone decides to talk shit about them, and then they stop growing. Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
I noticed that as
not
well.
Like I know anything about that, but not like I'd have any experience with that. I'm just Oh yes, I'm not trying to debate. I'm not, like I said, I haven't been a Jeremy Hale subscriber for very long, so I do not know. I am just simply saying, if they want to use this YouTube, he's only making money off YouTube, at least try to use like facts and shit. Like, use numbers. Throw some shit in there that the judge might actually see as plausible.
I'm sorry. I got a laugh on that one.
Honestly, though, like, what would you, if you keep mentioning YouTube for YouTube content, how about if you're going to do that, mention some, he's gained 30,000 subscribers. Whatever he had before that, I don't know. Whatever his max was, I don't know. However, from a factual perspective, from the time that I saw this lawsuit to now, he has gained subscribers. They could have put that in their lawsuits or their responses and been like, see? But no, they use opinion and not a number or something tangible.
Yeah, but before we before we sort of go down a rabbit hole, there's one thing I have to say in return. They were non-existent. No one knew about the crampons until they jumped on this bandwagon. So they gained exactly the same. So their allegation against him could be turned and thrown right back at them. And the fact that they've there's additions to that. I mean, and plus, like, they should have taken that line out because that was written by AI, by the way. Just so you
And
know.
for those of you listening, I have the court TV feed up. However, the only thing that's up right now is the ceiling fan, and we are just going through this until we see the fan. I am not going to switch streams. We are not going to go over to the other stream. Angel,
Do you want to postpone it to next week? If this because I mean,
if you want to do it tomorrow, we can.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, okay.
Or even
Nope.
Friday.
Let's we'll talk afterwards. But the thing is, I think the most important thing right now is the verdict results from the Reed case, and also this as well, because I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I mean, it would be unfair for you to spend so long on two streams, and at the same time, you know, you need it. You know, let's just conflab this and just wait for the verdict. How about that?
Yep.
Right,
There we go. I have a. This is what I'm seeing in the Carrie Reed verdict. When I see something other than, there we go. Like I said, guys, I had it pulled up. I was just waiting on something else besides a ceiling fan, because Lord knows a ceiling fan is so much fun to look at. Not like Judge Bev is getting better, but
She looks like my old headmaster.
she looks like a.
Will the deliberating jurors remain standing? Defendant remains standing. All other parties may be seated.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that 12 deliberating jurors and 6 alternates are present.
Yes.
May I inquire?
Yes.
Mr. Foreman, members of the jury, have you agreed upon a verdict? Yes. Thank you. May I see the papers? Mr. Foreman, have the verdict slips been placed in this envelope and have they been in your presence ever since?
Doesn't he look like he could be Bruce's brother?
Check private message.
I can't. This is live.
Mr. Foreman, on docket number 2282CR117001, murder in the second degree, what say you? Is the defendant at the bar guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you? No. Do you agree?
Yes.
Do all of you agree? Yes. Thank you. 002, what say you? Is the defendant at the bar not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
Of.
Is not guilty or guilty of that charge or any lesser included charge? Thank you. Specifically, number 5, operating under the influence of liquor by operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. Correct?
Yes.
So say you, Mr. Foreman?
Guilty.
So say you all?
Yes.
003, what say you? Is the defendant at the bar leaving the scene after accident resulting in death? Is the defendant not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you all? Jurors, hearken your verdict as the court records that you upon your oath say the defendant on 001 is not guilty, on 002 is guilty of operating under the influence of liquor, and 003 not guilty. Thank you.
All right, jurors, everybody please be seated.
Oh God.
Jurors, we thank you for your service. We're going to send you
That's
back. Your
not
service
good.
is complete. I'd like to come back and talk to you for a little bit afterwards. So thank you very much.
All rise.
All right, so I'm just going to turn down the volume for a second.
Follow me.
So the minimum sentence for a DUI in a first offense DUI in Massachusetts is 2.5 years. However, Bev will give her the full amount because she's Bev and Bev is a bitch. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. However, they will appeal it, and she will. There's a good possibility she will do no time.
Karen
But
Reed?
thank-
Not yet. Hold on, everyone. Karen Reed, Ms. Reed, can I have your attention? As required by statute, I must inform you that the records regarding the charges that you have been found not guilty will be sealed by the Commissioner of Probation by the court unless you notify the Commissioner of Probation in writing within 10 days that you do not want these records sealed. To request that these records not be sealed, you may use the Request Not to Seal form, which is posted on the trial court's website on mass.gov. I cannot accept the form here in court. You must submit it to the Commissioner of Probation at the address provided on the form. Please be aware that if the records regarding the charges which you have been found not guilty are sealed, you will be unable to access the sealed record of the not guilty dispositions or any other records regarding those charges. If you want copies of any documents regarding those charges before the records are sealed, you should request copies from the court within 10 days. Do you understand? Thank you.
All right, so we need a date for sentencing. Can we do it next week?
Ken, we would be prepared to go forward today.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the maximum sentence 2.5 years. So DUI, first offense in Massachusetts, it's a very serious thing still. I'm from Wisconsin, so the first offense DUI in Wisconsin, not yeah. There's the well we
All right, so Mr. Yannetti, you ready to go forward today as well?
Yes, please.
Okay, Mr. Brennan, what's the Commonwealth's recommendation?
Your Honor, the Commonwealth moves for sentencing. We recommend a probation 1 year 24D program.
So the standard that everybody else gets on their first time OUI?
Certainly.
Okay.
We ask that she be treated no differently, no better.
So I'm happy to do it. All right, thank you all.
1 year probation, 1 year probation on docket number 002, the lesser included offense of operating under the influence. 1 year probation. Thank you. The 24D program is. Thank you.
I mean, I'm actually shocked that
Goodbye.
I'm actually shocked that Bev was like, so the first time what everybody else standard everybody else gets. Thank God. Oh, this was so Jeffrey. If you want a good wrap up of the whole case, DUI guy, he does a 4-part. Well, he does a lot on Karen Reed. He's probably the best source for Karen Reed. Besides streaming the whole trial, Mo in the Deep End, Valhalla, and Baker did the whole trial. I had no time for that, I think she's thrilled. I think she's thrilled. But the best video that I can give you, 4-part video of AJ's closing, Karen Reed's attorney's closing. His closing kind of sums up the entire case, and how screwed up the judges. DUI guy is the person to go to for all that. Like his coverage has been, but like holy crap, like good. I mean, thank God. I think the only other verdict that I was this happy for was Kyle Rittenhouse. Because Kyle Rittenhouse, I lived in Wisconsin. That like those riots were August like 20th, 21st of 2020. I moved to Georgia August 29th. So I lived less than an hour from there. Yeah. DUI is good if you have a life. Yes. And I honestly, I can't say that I don't know probably 100 people who haven't had a DUI. Like my best friend has a DUI. Like I love her dearly and she has a DUI. Like she's one of the most responsible people I know and she still has a DUI. Like shit happens. And when all the cops, every single cop admits multiple times to be driving while drunk, it's only reasonably fair to assume that she was with them and she was drunk too. So,
quick question for you.
Yeah.
What's going to be the fallout from this now?
Whoa, let that flash
Thank God. I've never been through.
I can't hear you. The volume's quite loud on that.
There's Nick Rocco and the rest of the supporters who were inside the courtroom for the verdict.
Oh, Spawn, did I tell you that people were reporting that Bruce is outside the courthouse the other day talking to people.
Wait, what?
And the emotion is real.
Yeah, Bruce was outside this courthouse the other
They're
day.
not forcing it.
But this means his murderers are still out there. Try the people whose yard he was in. I mean, he was found in the. I'm sorry. He was found dead in the yard of someone, and they never went into that house to look because that was a Boston cop. I mean,
So again, what my question is, what is going to be the fallout from this?
I really hope that the Boston Police Department will do some internal investigation. I doubt they will, but I'm hoping. Because, yeah.
Because I've got a funny feeling that the verdict, I mean, a lot of people are celebrating everything. You know, there's a lot of loose ends, you know. The fact that she now obviously has got 1 year probation and she was found not guilty on all counts. There's people need to start asking questions because, like, how did this guy end up dead on someone's unalived on someone's front yard?
Oh, I can pretty much tell you because the evidence pretty much told you that he died of a blunt force trauma injury to the head that was not a flat surface. It had to be a ridged surface and a hard surface like a concrete step, which was there was a concrete step inside the garage door of the house that they never went inside of. He was never hit by a vehicle. Those were dog bite injuries, as testified to by, or animal wounds, as testified to by the expert witness. And the Alberts who lived in the house of the yard he was found in, who did not hear the chaos and the first responders outside of his window, even though he's a cop, and is generally trained to hear things like that and be alert to things like that, got rid of their dog, got rid of their cell phones and magically upgraded their cell phones, filled in their pool with concrete.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, what you just said, there was an incident over here a few years ago where a guy got smacked in the head, smacked in the jaw. He fell backwards and banged his head. He got back up and everything was normal for about 24 to 36 hours. And then he just sat there. He stood there. Next minute, he collapsed and was unalive. I mean, if you've got an injury to head injury, I mean, if he was drunk, fell over, I mean, this is speculation. I mean, at the end of the day, that's all you can do is speculate what could have happened.
But he also had a cut over his right eye, like from a punch. His face was bruised from like a punch. So if you get hit by a vehicle and fall backwards, get hit by a vehicle in your arm, have no lower body injuries from being hit at 20 miles an hour, have no lower body injuries from being hit by a vehicle, only have the arm wounds, some facial injuries, and a blunt force trauma injury to the back of your head. No damage to the skin. Like they said that the wounds on his arm were from the cut or from the glass from the taillight or the plastic from the taillight, yet no shards of the taillight plastic were in his arm. So, and Melissa, she was found not guilty of leaving the scene of an accident because there was no accident. Because they proved that there was no accident because she didn't hit him. Therefore, you can't be guilty of leaving the scene of an accident when they prove there was no accident. So there's the distinction. She was charged with the operating under the influence, an OUI in, depending on where you are in the States, it's an OUI, operating under the influence, an OWI, operating while intoxicated, or a DUI, or a DWI, driving while intoxicated or driving under the influence. So it depending on where you are in the states, it's called different things, but it's all the same, you know.
Yeah, I was just about. I mean, Kate Davis just said something. I was just about to say that 20 miles an hour, you get hit by a vehicle at 20 miles an hour. I can assure you, there'll be more damage to you completely over the whole entire body, not just cuts and a little cut. No. Honey, no. Sorry, but 20 miles an hour, right? If you're really unlucky, at 20 miles an hour, it will push you. It'll punch you forward, or if you're really unlucky, and you'll end up on the bonnet, windscreen, roof, and you probably might be a tail end Charlie on it. So
my mom's not here to defend herself, so I'm just going to tell you a synopsis of what happened. But my old boss, when I worked at the airport, because every night after we got off work, we would go to the bar.
Hi, Mama Squid.
She is not here to defend herself. However, my old boss decided that he wanted to hood surf when my mom was leaving the bar. So my mom was pulling out of the parking lot going 5-10 miles an hour, and he decided to jump on her hood. Well, instead of slamming on the brakes, she sped up. And he did not have any bone breaks or anything like that, but he did have like bruises and things like that. So and that was 10 miles an hour tops. And that was like, what, 20 years ago? So like, it's one of those situations of like, it's one of those situations of car crashes can do damage at very low speeds. So 20 miles an hour or 24 or whatever, as they were saying, can definitely do more damage, and you will have a lower body injury. Yeah, but Mama Squid showed up. But I did hit the brakes and he slid off. Yes. He was not injured to the point where he needed to go to the hospital. He was like, he had a couple of bruises and some bruised pride, but he was not injured, and he went to work that day.
Self-inflicted.
Yes. Oh, yes. There was also, here, hose picker, you brought up a really good point. There was also no injuries to the arm. X-rays proved it. Yes. How do you get hit by a car at 24 miles an hour and not even have a broken arm? Mm-hmm. So, yeah. All right. We will get back to this.
Yes, the fun topic.
Did you think Karen's OWI probation will include a section on how to repair?
Shit.
All right, so we're gonna get into this, and then we will call it a day. We will get to as much of this as we can. We are going to save the Aviation Wednesday. We will put off to another day, which is kind of nice because then I can do a little bit more research, because that was a rabbit hole that was like, boy. And it's fun. We can talk about more of this off stream, but I was thinking starting at 2024 and just working our way backwards by year.
Wait, what?
So with the budgets.
Oh, right. Okay. For a second there, I thought, shit, what have I done wrong now?
No, with the budgets, instead of trying to like manage all of them, because there's obviously there's one per year.
I've had a look at some of them already. I've also sent you 2 links to some information that I think you need to digest, and then we can discuss it. But do you want me to read some of this so you can have a little bit of a respite?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So, you finished that media platform, so we'll continue. Their statements, cited in Hale's amended complaint, are plainly matters of opinion, satire, and medical hyperbole, whatever that is. Well, within the norms of the YouTube community and the First Amendment protections, Hale's true motive is not to vindicate his reputation but silence criticism, control the narrative, and stoke the outrage that drives clicks and donations from his online following. Well, that's bollocks. But anyway, carry on. Recent events underscore the pattern. When a retired attorney and mother of 4 merely gave an interview to someone's critical of Hales, she became the target of a coordinated harassment campaign by the Hales and his followers. That's a lie. Prompted and celebrated on his channel. When she responded with satirical content exposing the truth, Hale spun the story, presenting himself as the aggravated party and again mobilized his audience against her. No, he didn't. The litigation before the court is no different. Hales has weaponized the court system. No, he hasn't. Turned legal filings into fodder for his videos, all while soliciting and receiving tens of thousands of dollars in donations under the guise of defending. No, he hasn't. Himself from attacks. This is not the conduct of a wronged individual seeking justice. It is a calculated strategy of a digital provocateur exploiting the legal systems for views, influence, and profit. Both.
I will be back in a hot minute. I need to go make the little a snack. Okay. And also, this so far has absolutely nothing to do with anything about the court case.
No, it hasn't. And while you're gone, I am going to give my opinion about that page there in regards of if you scroll back up when she where it says when she came into was interviewed. Where is it?
Right.
Where is it?
Merely gave an interview right here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because I'll give my insight on that.
And I promise I will mute myself this time.
Oh wow. Okay. That's
yesterday. I didn't mute. I hot mic'd it.
Did you? How many times you thought? Sorry.
I didn't. I was changing a diaper and I hot mic'd it.
I bet everyone was like hearing, "Oh my God, what did you eat?"
No, not exactly, but yeah. Hopefully I didn't call her by her name, but I got to edit that part out of my video from yesterday. But I'll be back in a hot minute.
That's okay. No problem. Right. Okay. Here comes my insight and my opinion while Squid takes care of the little one. Now, I've mentioned this a couple of times before, and this is my personal opinion. Sue me, why don't you? Right. First of all, she was invited by Volp. Now, Volp and Luthman have been on the bandwagon with everyone else, right, who were invited by Bruce Matskin. Bruce Matskin inserted himself, being the ambulance chaser, into this case. And around the same time, okay, the Crampons, aka the Walruses, aka the Fleas, aka the Luther ladies, okay, decided to take advantage of this case or of the situation between What the Hales and Lynette Preston and John Cook, and took advantage of that to get their own little shovel of shit going. All right, so they started their little hate campaign and character assassination and everything else, and they still haven't stopped to this day. Now, this young lady, or whatever you want to call her, or whatever, all right, she inserts herself on this interview, and since then, she's gone straight from someone who no one knows to now being the poster lady for the anti-what the hell's ecosystem. So here come my questions. One, what the hell has she got to do with this case? All right. Two, if you're on the social media and you're sitting on your platform and you're acting like a fucking 15-year-old when you're over 40 and you're putting on wigs and dressing very provocatively to get the views and everything else, and then you state that you are a retired lawyer, but then make out that suddenly you're like Judge Dredd's love child. I mean, at some point, all right, you're making yourself look ridiculous. And the fact that you are using this type of provocation on your videos, thinking that you can dance like John Travolta, but it does look like someone's giving you electric shock treatment. But at the same time, you're putting on so much makeup that, and the wigs and everything else, you then want to attack and inject yourself into a case, okay, like Luthman has tried. Luthman, Matskin, and you are injecting yourself into case. Volpe, the only reason Volpe is involved in this are for two reasons. Matskin invited him in because he's a media personality. He does media, okay? And also because Volpe has a personal vendetta against Megan Fox. That's the only reason Volpe is in this play. Luthman was invited by Volpe, okay? Look at this. Just think about what I'm saying here. All right, Matskin, Volpe, Luthman, Volpe, lady person. Okay, so those four have conspired all this. And here's the thing: when I heard the other day that Randy Shockett has accepted this court case. Oh my God! I tell you one thing. If you ever want to watch, I would pay to sit in that room when these two sides have to mediate. Because I would go with my popcorn and my Dr. Pepper going. Seriously, the end. There you go. That's my opinion.
So the other day I was talking to you guys about my my online, like how I make my calendar. This is like, come on. This is how I do it. It's hard to see, but I can use my thing and go about my business.
Also, one more thing. Sorry.
Thank you for the $5 super chat. What I have learned in the past year: turtle sheltering, suitcase zipper maintenance, and tail light repair. This channel is educational. Pecuniary.
Just one more thing. I totally forgot because someone mentioned video. One more thing to add to what I was saying. When Luthman and Volpe Luthman came into this, what's the first thing they did? They accused Mr. Hales of anti-Semitism, and then made a mock video putting a mustache on Mr. Hales that made him look like someone from the 1930s, 1940s. So therefore, I mean, like, it's like a blind.
It's like what's worse? Calling or what is worse? Mm-hmm. Saying something that makes somebody mad, or I'm just at a loss of, like, you can hate somebody, fine. Like, you want to hate Tug, you can hate Tug. You want to hate freaking Brandon Straka. You want to hate anybody, any creator. Like, you want to hate anybody. Hate people. If Michael Volpe wants to hate Megan Fox, hate Megan Fox. But, like, there's a difference between hating someone and just being an asshole and going out of your way to make somebody's life hard. Like, there's people that I hate and can't stand, but you know what I do about it? Nothing. Because why do people matter that much? Michael Volpe, like, I don't know this man. I don't want to know this man. But it seems like he has some sick obsession. Like, he is just mad that she doesn't want to be friends. Like, why is it that people get more angry and more upset when people don't want to be friends with them than, like, just leaving it alone? Like, it's not that Megan or anybody did anything to these people. It's more like they don't want to be friends with you, so therefore you go, like, off the deep end. I'm like, ugh. Like, just saying I don't want to talk to you anymore, or I don't want to be friends, or please don't contact me, or you're not allowed on my channel, or something like that, sent him off some crazy, like, weird, like, And there's a reason that people don't talk to people, because people are weird. Like, just because people are YouTube creators doesn't mean they all have to get along. Just because people are reporters doesn't mean they all get along. And like, people are weird. Yes, if you hate someone, just avoid them at all costs. It only becomes difficult when you hate yourself. Like when Mr. Squid got home yesterday, we had a conversation about the situation that happened yesterday at Walmart. I don't know if you heard. Did I tell you what happened to me yesterday?
No.
I ran into my mother-in-law at Walmart.
Oh shit. Okay.
I haven't talked to my mother-in-law in a year and a half. February of 2024. So a year and 3 months. 4 months. She all of a sudden was like, I was getting apples at Walmart, and like the aisle next to where the apples were, all of a sudden she was reaching down, and I'm like, out of the corner of my eye, it was like, oh shit, like we're gonna go this way now, and like avoided her at all costs. But I had a conversation with Mr. Squid after he got home, like, if this happens again, because that's not something I thought would happen. She lives in a different town. It's not something I thought would happen. If this happens again, what should I do? He says, go the other way. If you see somebody you don't like in real life, you go the other way. If you see somebody on the internet that you don't like, you just close the stream.
Exactly.
You don't click on the stream. It's so easy to do.
I mean, like in real life, if I have this policy, if I don't like you, I mean, the thing is, hating someone that takes too much energy, and like I don't like wasting energy on shit. But anyway, if say for example, if I don't like someone and I see them walking towards me, I will not even acknowledge them. I'll just walk past. But if they address me, right, I will say 3 words, and I'll continue to walk. And those 3 words are "go fuck yourself," and I will carry on walking. And if they want to follow it up with anything they'd like, then absolutely. Pain is a weakness leaving the body. And enjoyment and fun with tangoing with each other on the middle of a street in a large city is I'll take lead, of course. But one thing I have to say about the internet is not an escape from reality, and it's not your family. The people you meet on the internet, all right, you don't know who these people are. Now, Squid and I, Mama Squid, the whole Squid family, all right. We've got to know each other over a period of time, okay? There's other people that I've got to know privately. I've spoken to privately. And even though we don't know each other in person, okay, you do build a relationship. However, the internet is not a place where you turn around to people, and if you don't like someone, you make a big deal of it. What you do, you just click that X. Simple.
It's so easy to avoid people you don't like on the internet. Like if you're in a chat and there's somebody you don't like, you either block them or you don't participate in chat.
Yeah.
It's so easy. And the whole thing that makes me angry about this case, and has always made me angry about this case, and one of the reasons I start covering this case until Deuce Boy Brain Bird for shit for brains by talking about my daughter, because nobody tells me what I can and can't talk about. So when someone tries to intimidate me into what I can talk about, now I'm just going to do it to piss you off.
You can't talk about me, Squid. How dare you?
I do every day. So, see how much that.
Anyway, I
told me to calm down yesterday. I'm just going to talk about you to piss you off. When we bicker like this, it's like the uncle I never had. Like, the uncle I don't have to bicker back and forth with right now. Like,
I mean, it's the thing is, if people would actually, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of people who do understand it. There's a lot of people who come into my stream and who are in your stream, and they get it. They get that. They get this relationship. But there's a lot of people out there. They go, "Oh fucking hell! Did you see? Sport Dream having a go at Squid?" And what they don't realize is that we do. You should be in the conversation we have when we call each other.
Yeah, people don't have a sense of humor. Hey, Andrea. Hold on one second. The
Yeah.
little's getting a little testy, and I might refresh myself. I forgot that there's some interference with our internet somewhere in the neighborhood. Something is interfering with it, and
They're coming for you. They are.
I forgot using my iPad. I turned on my iPad, and all of a sudden, that bandwidth. You can tell you two are being funny between you, much different than actually arguing, complaining. Yeah, but some people don't have a sense of humor. I'm going to refresh my stream real quick.
Yep.
So hold on one second.
Holding. Wait a minute. I need to get that tune. Do 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 do. Wrestle with my self-loathing.
There we go.
I'm cooked all day. Sorry. Oh, you're back.
No, you're fine. I just had to refresh the page because sometimes things get a little. And YouTube has been very weird because this has happened. This has happened on various streams.
And also, a lot of people are not getting notifications. People are getting unsubscribed, and it's absolute insanity.
There you go. Girl wrapped herself up in my curtains. I will be back in a minute.
Okay, yeah. Jeff Montgomery, yeah. We're the thing is, at the end of the day, if you are mature and an adult and you can take criticism and vice versa, I mean, there's things that I do that probably piss Squid off, and there's things that Squid does that pisses me off. But that's a friendship. But going back to this case, I mean, this whole injecting herself into this. I mean, obviously, Volk couldn't get anywhere. Luthman couldn't get anywhere. Matskin couldn't get anywhere. Now they're trying with her. So what's going to be next? Are we going to see a fifth person appear? Is someone else going to, Wait a minute, Spawn, not that one, please. I agree with Tug. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Squid, the ads are freezing up when I need to refresh. Yeah, I think YouTube's having an issue because at one point YouTube was down for quite a lot of people.
Devil Dog Cody, it's not something with like the Wi-Fi. It's something with the actual lines from underground lines.
Exactly.
It's something with the neighborhood. The Wi-Fi or the internet company was out here. It's something neighborhood wide, not with my house. They were trying to narrow it down, and they narrowed it down to this section of the neighborhood. I just don't know if they ever figured it out. It's gotten better, but it's not.
Squid, come on, you need to be honest with them, all right? You haven't updated your hamsters. Just be honest. Just be honest. Just tell people that you forgot to update your hamsters on your router, and all you're doing is using,
I forgot to put the child labor laws to work, and she's got there's a treadmill right here that makes
Yeah. And Mama Squid just to the perfect comment. 2 comments she's made so far, which is really nice. She said the
Cody,
first one.
You live in LA, bro. You live in a city. I live in freaking BFE, Georgia. We ain't got shit out here.
Hey, Cody, it's called the dark side of the moon. Oh, yeah.
No, we don't. We have people spray for shit like that.
Well, you know what you're supposed to do, Squid. Get your ass on the bike and start pedaling, and that'll get your internet going.
I need to get it under.
Anyway, can we carry on with this case or what?
Yeah, she is taking all the books off my bookshelf.
Uh-oh.
I hope that hit your toe. Did that hit your toe?
Baby Squid, be a good girl.
I live in the backwoods.
So, you reading this or am I reading it?
I will read it. Where did you stop?
Go up. Oh, wait. The litigation before the court, a little bit further down. I think I stopped influence and profit. For these reasons, the court should view. There you go. You can start from there. For these reasons.
For these reasons, the court should view Hale's claims with skepticism warranted when the legal process is conscripted as a stage prop for online entertainment. Am I giving it the justo that she tried to write it with?
Oh, you can try. Try with a little
rather than a forum for the resolution of legitimate grievances. This is not a conclusive to this case, but also others in Florida are experiencing the plaintiff Hale's conduct stated by plaintiff and Frederico's against the defendant Hale's. Exhibit A. Yeah, we're not reading that because this is in the lawsuit that we've already read, so we'll skip that because this is she's copying.
Second, how many has she done? How many amendments has she done?
2 because she added Shizzy.
What did he do?
Apparently nothing, because in all the exhibits, she never mentions his name. So,
he's funny as hell.
Yeah, Cynthia, we had a laser light show here last night. That was impressive. So, yeah, watch out for my plane. She's already broke it, and I got the pieces, and Mr. Squid still hasn't helped me glue them back together. So, yeah, this part. Yeah, it's her response, but this part is not even hers. This is plaintiff Leslie Frederico states in her second and amended complaint. She's literally quoting the other lawsuit, which we've already read, and I am not reading that bull crap again. So, argument: plaintiffs haven't exceeded the service deadline. Plaintiffs had 90 days from the filing of the original complaint to serve the 10 out of 11 named defendants. It has now been 113 days since the complaint was filed under Rule 4M. I don't know what for.
Lufman mentioned that. Squid. Lufman mentioned that. Look, hang on a second. Hold the press. Take the phone. Hold my beer. Lufman, a few weeks ago, or quite a few weeks ago, he actually mentioned, if we're not going to get him on 30 or 60, we're going to get him on a 90-day thing. And then she uses it in her lawsuit. Connection. Yep. That now proves there is a connection between Lufman and her. Because he was the one that he said, I'm going to do it. Well, this is what we're going to do. This is 90-day. Yeah. And I think it was after he was walking down some street in Hollywood and giving away his location deliberately. So I can't remember when that was.
You see all this, right?
Yeah.
Back here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and it's but what Rule 4M? Like, honestly, 4M. Can anybody under Rule 4M? Like, what rule and what federal rules of civil procedure? Florida's local rules.
State rules, federal rules.
Like, what do you, and what's 4M? I know what 3M is. Scotch tape.
Is it Gibbs Rule 4? Is it from Gibbs? Is that Rule 4, is it?
I don't know.
Thou shalt not talk shit.
If a plaintiff fails to serve a defendant within the 90-day period, the district court must dismiss the action without prejudice as to that defendant, or that the service may be made within a specified time. Leopold Dempsey v. Carroll County Commissioners, 11th Circuit, 2007. Plaintiff's failure to timely serve all defendants raises concerns about their diligence in compliance with the federal rules of civil procedure. Their diligence. What about refusing to be served? What about ducking service? What about all these things I've heard? I can't confirm any of this because, like I said, I go to your stream for like knowledge on like actual facts on what's going on, because I don't. So when I said that, literally, I wasn't trying to be facetious or start.
No. But can I respond to that? In fact, from research I've done, and also other people and people posting on the Facebook group, posting actual clips of what they said, the crampon one, the main provocateur, bragged about the fact that the person came to try to serve her and she tried to play coy. So yes, that can be confirmed. They've also been trying to avoid being served. That can be confirmed. So yeah, this is what gets me. They sit on the platform, brag, and they think that they're funny and clever. But what they don't realize is everything they say. Like Mr. Hale's, obviously he's already got this, as evidence. What they don't realize is they sit on their platform, flap their gums without engaging brain, and then they suddenly sit there going, ugh, like a hamster in the Morris Minor headlights, because they don't realize they just made that simple mistake. And that's the problem, because like when you sit on your platform, you brag about avoiding being served, right? That's also evidence against you.
Yeah, just it's one of those things of like, remember how I keep saying, and I've always kind of said, in regards to the First Amendment,
yeah,
say something doesn't mean you should say something.
Yeah.
That's one of those. That is one of those situations of like, just because you can say something, like, oh, I avoided service. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. But if it's true, because sometimes time, and anybody who does, I am not trying to disparage what you guys do. I am not trying to talk shit about you. But anybody who goes and lurks in streams of people and creators that they don't like, I don't know how you guys do it, because I can't. I don't have the mental bandwidth or the time to listen to creators that I don't like. So people that go and listen to the Lees, I have never listened to the Lees stream except for the one time when they were talking about my daughter. Other than that, I have never listened to their streams. So when I say that, when I talk about what they talk about, I say it with if they said this, because I honestly don't know. And I don't think what people say unless I see a screenshot or a video is a thing.
I just put a comment in chat for people to have a look. And this is where I go back to the about this whole thing. This is slap, right? And it's not like the slap the over the slaves. This is basically like, as it says there, is an algorithm for a strategic lawsuit against public participation. So that means what they're trying to do is not take away your First Amendment, but try to control what you say about the situation, right? And I decided to actually go and look for the Google result of that, and this is what you get. These are lawsuits or threats of legal actions filed to intimidate, harass, and silence critics, often journalists or other people. All right. So what they're trying to do, they're basically trying to twist the narrative that he's the bad guy and they're the good guys. Whereas what they're actually doing, they're trying to drag everyone in who discusses this court case. That means everybody who mentions what the Hales, Lynette Preston, the Crampons, or anyone else. However, what they failed to understand is that everyone has the right to freedom of speech and freedom of expression, as long as it's constructive, as long as it's not hateful. And it can be controversial if I say that, like, they're all idiots and they need to seek professional help. That's not me being vindictive. That's me just making a statement of fact. They need to seek professional help. Now, the proof in the pudding is what we are seeing now with this individual, whatever her name is, right? And her behavior overall. She appears from nowhere. She injects herself like she's been in this case from day one. She suddenly like throws all these allegations. She suddenly sues everybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry, and John Doe and Jane Doe, and then goes on the internet and then plays the victim. This is slap 100%. This is 100% trying to stop people from talking. You've been named. I've been named. There's been so many names being put out there.
Oh, has she mentioned my name?
Eh?
Oh.
No, I'm just saying. It could be your name, could be my name, everybody's name. Anyone who mentions the names, Lynette Preston, John Cook, what the hell's, we then are automatically the bad people.
Well, and here's the thing. It's like I go back to that. No, like people can talk about whatever they want on their channels. I am not trying to tell anybody what to do. I am not trying to say I disagree. Like, I'm not trying to say anything about any creators because I don't care. You do what you do and you do what you want to do with your channel. I'm not trying to tell you. But do you notice of all the people named in her lawsuits, I've read her lawsuits on my channel, multitudes of them. The ones with the bar, ones that she filed against ABC Legal. I've talked about her on my channel, and do you notice who is not, so far, named in a lawsuit? Just saying. Just because you can say shit. Do I like her? No. Are we friends? No. Do I think her lawsuits are appropriate? No. Do I think the lawsuits that she filed naming all those people just because they called her names is appropriate? No. However, I choose not to say people or talk. The only people who I will literally call names on my channel are people who called me names. The Fleas called me a stupid bitch. Therefore, thunder cows galore. And the fact that we are over 2 hours, so we're good. The fact that my
really?
phone knows how to autocorrect Thundersaur or Cuntosaurus Rex is a
yeah.
I do not. You can ask my mother. My phone knows autocorrects Cuntosaurus Rex. I shit you not.
Do you know what? I don't know if Jeffrey likes me or hates me because, like, and he's got a good point actually. Because the thing is, it's like he really does have a bloody good point because his comment was, no, you don't get it. They're not against your freedom of speech. You can say anything good about them that you want. They won't have a problem with you. So if I'm nice to these individuals, then I've got no problem. But here's the thing. Why should I be nice to someone who is not nice?
I'm not nice. I've criticized the lawsuits, but I criticized the documents, not the person.
Yeah, but you've criticized me and you've criticized what I say, and have I gone, I'm going to sue you?
And you're in Scotland. What the hell are you going to do?
You absolute right. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, that's fucking fighting. Fucking back. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of that.
No.
You're from Scotland. Thank you for the $4.99. Apparently, Shizzy is in for the mocking and the letters. She left over 140 messages on his video and then deleted over 100 of them. That is not normal behavior. That is not normal behavior. I am not a psychologist. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not diagnosing. But that is even Karen Reed, when she called John over 300 messages, even though he was dead and could not answer his phone, that was still not normal behavior. That many messages, I don't think I have ever messaged, or even when I've been angry, I think maybe 10 messages is the most I've ever, or when I've had a point to get across, 10 messages is at any one time. That is not normal behavior. But when I'm going through these things, Lisa Lee, I will call her names because she spoke about my child and she called me a stupid bitch. Therefore, she is open for criticism. But I'm still criticizing the document more than her. Even though I have plenty of things to say about her, I'm criticizing the document. And that is how I operate not only my channel, but my life, is I criticize people's actions, not them. And maybe that's why I haven't been sued yet by anybody.
But let me ask you. Let me ask. Oh, sorry. Let me ask you.
Or I've never been hit. No one's tried to punch me in the face. The bar fight I was talking about earlier, I started that bar fight.
Right. Well, let me ask you this question here. Well, hi, Flash. How you doing, brother? Right. Let me ask you this question here. Let me ask everyone this question. Does the filing of this document and the wording within this document justify the behavior of the person? The behavior of the person is contradictory of the filing, because, like, if you feel that you are being victimized or you're being treated unfairly by people or by a person, would you then behave the way you behave? That what we have witnessed and seen, and not just us, but everybody, and probably thousands and thousands of other people who watch and see these videos, does that justify does that give that document any more power than by going, well, hang on a second, her behavior, this document, her behavior, yeah, okay, we got a serious issue going on here. Houston, we have a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And we haven't quite got there yet, but I get your point. We're sidetracked. I get sidetracked more with Spawn than I do with myself.
Hey, don't blame me. I've been.
No, it's not a problem.
Mama.
It's not a problem.
Mama.
Angel. You want your water?
Yeah.
Where's your water?
I just think that, like, you know, the fact that she's basically, I really can't understand. I don't know what I you know, like I said, I don't know a lot about American law, but you've got some serious issues over there. You've really have.
Yeah, there's serious issues everywhere. Our serious issues like to run YouTube channels.
Yeah, but the thing is, the behavior.
I'm gonna go refill her water. Do you want to read this part?
What am I reading?
Ray's contact information was always available.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll read it out. B. Ray's contact information was always available, and service has been made. Raymond G. Bonebreak Jr.'s contact information was listed in the complaint from the outset. Service has already been filed on the docket of Ray, rendering any argument about the need for unnecessary substitution. Notably, plaintiffs filed a motion without requesting an extension of time to serve Ray or the other three defendants, further undermining any claim that amendment is necessary or justified at this late stage. If Ray is properly served, he or his counsel can request to have his name corrected on the docket. Alternatively, plaintiff's counsel can move to correct the name. It was permitted earlier. That is probably the biggest freaking excuse I have heard in this whole thing. I mean, like, yeah, okay. Can we scroll up, please? Oh, you're back. Oh, can we scroll up, please? Thank you. Right. Ray's background, the character of this lawsuit, and lack of personal jurisdictions. Raymond G. Bonebreak Jr. is an 80-year-old disabled veteran, salute you, sir, who suffers from COPD and other health concerns. Well, he's always in the garage. I mean, like, you know, and who fought for his own rights and the rights of all Americans. Good for you. To add him to frivolous lawsuits, which appears designed to seek justice, and more to silence anyone who differs in opinion from Mr. Hales, and his use of the YouTube channel to destroy reputation is wrong. This lawsuit has not only caused needless harm to those it targets, but has also made a mockery of the federal court system by turning it into a personal stage for profit and spectacle. Federal courts are not meant to be used as tools for intimidation or entertainment. Now she's telling the judge what the fucking
I'm sorry, but there are 40,000 YouTube channels that are devoted to court watching that are used for entertainment every damn day. Have you seen Sarah Boone? Court is used for entertainment purposes because some shit gets wild and fucking crazy. Taylor's business.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my freaking God.
Yep. Do you want me to carry on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just one thing with this. The fact that they bring up the fact that he was a disabled veteran. I am a disabled veteran. Y'all didn't have a fucking problem attacking me.
Uh-huh.
So you really want to bring that shit up? We can go there.
Oh, wait a minute.
And being an asshole is not a protected class.
I'm quite proud of being an asshole. I've put a lot of effort into
Just because you are a veteran doesn't make you a good person. Just because you are a veteran does not make you immune to lawsuits. Just because you are a veteran and just because you have COPD doesn't mean that you can't fuck up. I know plenty of people in prison that have medical conditions. People die in prison every day from their medical conditions. You know what? And that's okay because they fucked up to get there.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Sharon Colbeck. Yeah, she got 1 year probation. Anyway, let me carry on. Right, where am I? Florida. That's a part.
Yeah, Sharon, we watched it live. We cut into. If being an asshole was protected class, he would be in Congress. Sharon, I made sure to have. I had court TV up, and when they showed something else besides a ceiling fan, I cut in. So that's why we're behind.
Right. Where am I? Okay, there. Right. Florida does not have personal jurisdictions over Raymond G. Bonebreak Jr., as he is not a resident of Florida and has no meaningful contacts with the state that would subject him to jurisdictions here. See, Love Lady 544. That's all I can see. Sorry.
Pause. You dumb shit. This is a federal fucking lawsuit. That's why it's a federal lawsuit. It's because some people aren't residents of Florida. That is the whole point. Jeremy is not even a resident of Florida. That's why it's a federal lawsuit, you dumb shit. And now I'm attacking you as a person because you are a dumb shit. That is why it is in federal court, you fucking moron. I mean, I don't know everything about the law and I am not a fucking lawyer, but you dumb shit. That is the reason it is a federal jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm. Scroll up, please. Thank you. Defendants have a minimum contact with the forum states, such as the maintenance of the suit that does not offend traditional notions for fair play and substantial justice. Adding Ray as a defendant under the circumstances would be improper and subject him unnecessary hardship. Fuck off. Plaintiff abuse of the legal process and stall tactics against anti-slap motions. Look, it's in there. They put it in there. Oh, I am so fucking clever. Jeremy Hale says this is the first time I've actually seen that actual in there. Loser. Jeremy Hale has made it clear, even on his own YouTube channel. God, I'm so fucking good. That we will not take people to court to win on the merits, but to bankrupt those who oppose me. As recently as last week, after a Zoom hearing before Magistrates Bolito, the sexy man that the planted Triffid, as they call him, on a related case, Mr. Hales publicly stated that he has no intention of mediating, and that the only way he will settle is the defendant's presently leave Otter Creek, Florida, and sign everything over to him. It's a figure of speech, whatever. The further demonstrates that his true. Wait a minute. Oh, when was this put in?
Yesterday.
They've been listening to my fucking streams. Anyway, right, signs everything over to him. This further demonstrates that his true aim is not justice, but to obtain property he was unable to acquire himself, to punish those with whom he disagrees. Moreover, I love that word. Moreover, moreover, yeah, baby. Defending Lee believes the motion to amend is a transparent stall tactic designed to delay the court's consideration of the pending anti-slap. Oh, they fucking be listening to me. Motions.
I'm gonna do this every time someone says anti-slap. I'm gonna like.
A motion reached by law law is supposed to be handled. What that word? Plaintiffs' repeated amendments and procedural maneuvers. Eh? I'm fucking loving this bit. Where was I?
You're having way too much fun with this, but I love it.
Yeah, stall tactic designed to delay the court's consideration. Right, I've read that part. Motions with the law supposed to be handled yeah, that word. Plaintiffs' repeated amendments and procedural maneuvers in this case and a related case are not only a waste of judicial resources, but also hold defendants' lives hostage by prolonging litigation and chilling their right to free speech. Do you know what? Thank you so much for watching my streams and learning about the slap law. Thank you so fucking much. And I don't even live in the United States of America, and I'm fucking proud of myself right now.
Gail said they have minions listening to everyone's streams. They are here now. Hi, haters, and thanks for my 6 dislikes because y'all are idiots and realize my dislikes still help me with the algorithm. And the fact that you're here still gives me ad revenue. And that is why I monetize my streams, because you idiots still watch and you give me money. So thank you.
Oh, that's made me so happy. Oh, that's made me so happy right now. I've got the biggest fucking grin on my face right now.
Oh, and Spawn, guess who's the newest member of the mod squad?
Mickey Mouse? I don't know.
Gail.
Who?
Gail.
Yes, I know. I've noticed. I'm watching you, Gail. I'm watching you.
She's blue. Well, she doesn't. She was doing a better job at promoting my streams than I do. So I'm like, why not?
But anyway, can I carry on having fun, please? Please?
Yes, please. Please do.
Right. Anyway, where was I? Shit. Where was I? They even spelt it exactly the same way. In this circuit, I recognize the inherent authority to prevent abuse of the judicial process. See, Atwood versus single that word. One of them and that. Right, scroll up, please.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. Concerns about the plaintiff's motives for amendment. They mentioned it again. Oh, can we count how many times they use slap? This is plaintiff's second attempt to amend their complaint. Given the timing, this is AI written. This is AI written. You can tell. After motions to dismiss the between timing and after, there's that line, and then between anti and slap, there's that line. This was written by ChatGPT. Dismiss and anti-slap motion have all. Oh my god, I'm having such a fucking field day right now. Defendant Lee is concerned that the plaintiffs are using the amendments as an opportunity to add new allegations or state claims based on recent motions to dismiss all parties beyond simple substituting Ray. Courts routinely deny leave to amend the way where the amendment is sought for strategic reason. Are we reading a story now? Circumvent pending motions.
He wrote it like a story. It's like a chapter of Jeremy needs to copy and paste this and use this when he writes his book.
Yes, absolutely. This is the bit now. Satire and comedy.
This is where I need to be on Jeremy's payroll because I will collect all these motions and put together a book.
Right, but I can tell you right now,
bullshit from 2024 to 2026 because I guarantee you this shit will not be done till next year.
I can tell you right now that it was written by ChatGPT. Anyway, where was I before I rudely interrupted myself? To amend where the amendment of sort of strategic reasons or circumvent pending motions, especially when it would cause undue delay on prejudice. See, blah, 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 blah. When a plaintiff seeks to substitute a defendant after a statute of limitations has run, the amendment may only relate back if it is requirements of Rule 15C. 15C are satisfied, including notice to the defendant, and that the failure to name the proper party was due to a mistake. See, F, prejudice and futility. Oh, big words. It's the P and F.
I almost thought you said fertility. I'm like, wait, what? I don't need to know about Lisa.
No, listen, I'm speaking the King's English, okay? Allowing further amendment at this stage, especially, I'm sorry, Squid, I couldn't resist that one. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I know, I'm not sorry. Wait, what? Anyway.
And Kevin, I know. I've heard, you know this. Spawn knows this. I know this. Jeremy knows this. Randy knows this. Everybody on the fucking planet knows this. Except for some reason, Lisa thinks it's like this freaking, like this, holy crap. We can't submit a new or a new thing to substitute his name because God forbid.
Oh
my God.
This.
The only person on the planet who doesn't know this is Lisa.
Yeah. Has closed and with deposition motion pending. With prejudice, defendant Lee and impose unnecessary delay. Plaintiff have not shown the claims against Ray relate back to Rule 15, nor have they provided a proposed amended complaint as required by local rules. See Wagner. I can't see the rest because the comments are up.
Sharon, this all started truly from 2022 when Jeremy said the donation box is not appropriate. The half mil to girl. Yeah, I'm just talking about specifically the motions and the cases that I've covered, which is the federal 1 and federal 2 from March of 2024 to guarantee you at least mid 2026. That's the only part that I'm
okay, so that was district court.
But you're right, Sharon.
Okay, district court's discretion to deny leave to amend the amendment to futile or would cause undue delay or prejudice. Counsel of plaintiff Randy Sockett has defendant Lee listed in Doc 58 on his service list. Defendant Lee has not received this document via email or UPS. Mr. Sockett has 2 emails which with which to contact defendant Lee and has not used them. Show proof that he hasn't used them. In Doc 63, because obviously everything that comes out of Lisa Lee's mouth, right, has to be questioned because from day one, there's been no factual proof of anything. Transparency, the money, and anyway, we digress. Well, mate, did it use them?
That should be the name of this chapter. This is going to be a chapter in a book. The law according to Lisa.
Oh, well, let me put it in a better voice. The law according to Lisa. Today.
But thank you for the $20 super chat. Buy some paper with writing on it. Thank you. Today's documents for today's stream have cost me at least $20 by themselves, so I appreciate that. Because
that's good. In Doc 63, counsel for plaintiff states that a certificate of good faith conference, fuck off, claiming to have conferred but unable to comply, resolve the issues presented in the. Wait a minute, let me do this properly. Issues presented in the motion as follows. Jesus, could have freaking, you could drive a truck, do a 3-point turn in a fucking Arctic truck and get away with it. Pursuant to local rule 7.1, I hereby certify that the counsel for the movement has conferred with all parties or non-parties who may be affected by the relief sought in this motion in a good faith effort to resolve the issues and defendants.
That's not what 7.1. Wait, 7.1 is it. 7.1 is okay. Hold on. Wait.
You've got that list, haven't you? You've got that list.
Yeah, I do, and I looked it up last night when I posted it in experts chat because I was listening to it while I was streaming, but I didn't look at it completely because because I didn't see what was actually written because I was just lurking and typing occasionally because I was actually getting paid to do other stuff.
Yeah, Double Dog Cody put a comment in there. He actually got a good bloody point actually. Squid Pro, you should set up Nightbot for your streams. It can be set to post your chat messages like help donate for XYZ, post links to your chat for you, etc.
I know I'm dumb. I have to confer with people smarter than me, and I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I keep asking them to set up a time to do it, and then life takes over, and whenever I have time to do it, they are busy, and whenever they have time to do it, I have
That's
So
okay.
I
I'll bug you.
appreciate it.
I'll bug you. I'll bug you every 20 minutes, and I'll help you with that. Right.
Here's the thing. She's also stupid when it comes to what she put, 7.1. So she just put 7.1. She didn't put 7.1 point nothing or 7.1 anything, because 7.1 is this.
Oh, shit.
So she's not smart, because 7.1 is this. This is all 7.1. Like, you have to be specific in which part of 7.1 you are talking about.
Right. So basically, like, if I said like 7.1 A and B would
7.1 C is 7.1 B and C is generally the certificate of service is 7.1 C. 7.1 B is that attorney conference before filing a motion, like when Randy talks to MLS's lawyer. That's 7.1 B.
Right.
And
that's a good point. That's
that 24 hours that Bruce never gave Randy. That's 7.1 B. She never says what 7.1 she's talking about, because this is all 7.1.
So there's no specific point, but she's just saying everything in 7.1. That's what I want you to. That's part of it.
That too. You bring up a really good point. Counsel for the moment. Like, she's a counselor now. Have you seen her email? Take care, Sharon. I see people saying goodbye, so I'm assuming that you put a. If I leave, stay safe. Ottawa County, Ohio. I've heard of that, but I lived in Scioto County when I lived there, so we are all the way south. So stay safe. So that is 7.1 that she is talking about. There is a number of 7.1s that she is talking about. So she's not specific at all. So I would take that, and that would be moot, because
Right. So defendants Manskin and Spelm have no objections to this motion, but the defendants Flea,
Manskin and Helm have no objections to it, because it has nothing to do with them, and it's not a real motion.
Defendants Lee, Preston, Cook, and Hughes are the undersigned has been unable to resolve the issues. This information is false. Randy Shockett has not contacted defendants Lee to confer via email or UPS. Now, can I just say something to that?
Yeah.
Here's the problem, almighty brain of law. Here's the problem. Squid.
Yes.
I just sent you a message, correct?
Yes.
And you can confirm that you received a message, correct?
Yes.
So therefore, you have a receipt of receiving a message that I've messaged you in the messenger, correct?
Yes. And I just sent you a confirmation that I received that message.
Aha, right. So here comes oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, we have an elevation, the light, you stupid moron. If Randy Shockett has sent you fucking emails and messages and everything else, he will have receipts, you absolute buffoon. You make as much sense as a fart in a freaking spacesuit. Anyway,
I'll never stop laughing at that. You say it all the time, and for some reason, it's funny all the time. Usually stuff gets old, but that does not.
Right. One more thing I got to say. when it comes to I can't remember who wrote this now. That's how much fun I'm having. Someone needs to give this individual who
Flea one.
right, Lisa. Someone needs to give you a tissue, and then the moment you ask what this tissue is for, is basically after you've taken your face for a shit, you can wipe your mouth. That's what the tissue's for. Anyway, we digress. Where was I? Oh, wait a minute. We scrolled up.
I can read.
Go for it.
Shockett has not contacted defendant Lee to confer via email or USPS. Additionally, USPS is the postal service. It's worse than anything. Additionally, document 63, defendant Lee is listed on his service list and has not received any document related to this case from plaintiff's counsel. But yet, here you are. Defendant Lee respectfully requests that the court take notice that the only contact with Mr. Shockett was in his response to defendant Lee's inquiry about agreeing to defendant Lee's motion to extend time, which Mr. Shockett discourteously declined. He doesn't have to agree. Defendant Lee believes this lack of communication is intentional and requests the court to ensure she is notified in all related court documents accordingly. The court should also be aware that considering the attached court decision from the Supreme Court of Arkansas, the Florida Board of Bar Examiners has been altered to the appearance that Mr. Shockett may have omitted it from his Florida bar application or the information detailed in the Arkansas court decision. It is unknown if an investigation will be undertaken or if such would impact the case. You can lose your bar license or not be admitted to the bar in another state and that not affect your bar license in another state. For these reasons and pursuant to the authority above, defendant Lee respectfully requests that the court deny plaintiff's motion for leave to amend the complaint to substitute a party and the alternate require. And oh my God, the formatting on this is oh my ever living God.
Don't show the email.
Yeah, I'm not going to, but it's her at Lisa Lee Lawyer or something weird like that. Stupid.
Can I just say so very quickly?
Yeah.
It's just dawned on me, and I typed it into chat. Maybe people will agree with me. Some people may not agree with me, or you may or may not agree with me. But the fact that 90 days was mentioned, the fact that the exact same spelling and slap was mentioned that I've been mentioning, my personal belief is that either Mr. Magoo, aka Luthman, or Shrek helped write this, because part of it is ChatGPT. It's being done by AI, and some of it, the law cases, that comes from someone who knows what they're doing. So basically, you've got a mix and match of AI written and
and remember, part of that was a copy and paste from Lisa's lawsuit against Megan, Tug, Jeremy, Martha, George, Shizzy, Jay, all of the people. And I mean, so James, did you see the experts stream last night? He read through all of this. I have to read through it again. I'm not going to read through it right now because we are coming up on 3 hours and I have to go cook dinner. Pretty much. Sharon, back in 1989 when Randy was a dentist does not pertain to 36 years ago. And the thing is there was something, and I have to read specifics because I listened to it last night when I was working. The only thing it had to do with Randy was a dentist. There was some fraud issues about billing a service that you didn't actually provide, which I have to actually look into more about that because that can easily happen if somebody else is doing your billing, as far as you have an appointment for so-and-so on this date for this thing, and all of a sudden, they come in and they have tooth pain and you end up doing this service instead of this service, and things can get changed. So I have to actually look into further and read it again. Refer to the experts channel stream last night for what this actually says, because I don't have the time to read it. But if you want it. it
Just-
will be. It is.
Yeah,
It's
sorry to
interesting. It's an interesting read.
Yeah, sorry
It's
to
just-
interrupt. I do apologize for interrupting.
Oh, you're fine.
What I've noticed in this whole document is that there's a lot of copy and paste. Like, I mean, I would say there's only probably 2 or 3 pages or 4 pages max that have any relevance whatsoever. The rest of it is just gibberish. It looks like a typical matte skin type of thing. I mean, look, all this is copy and paste. All this is copy and paste.
Well, this is from case text, so this is an actual, like, this is an exhibit. But the Missouri dental license, and he was a dentist before he was a.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with this case? I mean, if he was an astronaut or a special forces operator, I mean, would that be in this document? What's that got to do with him being a dentist and then deciding, you know what, I want to become a lawyer?
The expert brought up a really good point last night. He was like, all these states, Florida, Arkansas, Missouri, screams a woman.
I know, I should laugh.
I don't need to talk crap about Randy, and I don't mean that but I know so many guys that have moved around, especially military men that have moved around states. Like my ex, I don't talk to him all the time, but I did have to write a letter on my ex from before Mr. Squid, but after Mr. Squid, but before, like, it's a weird timing thing. I did have to write a letter to the courts for him because when his ex-wife now, when they were going through their divorce, she pulled an Amber Heard and tried to get a restraining order against him. So I wrote a letter to the courts that in the year and a half that we knew each other and were dating, I was never scared of him kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I believe that she is lying when she says he is this, this, and this. She tried to pull an Amber Heard and get a restraining order. And my mom even wrote a letter, like, to the courts for this person. So, like, yeah, in the sense of, like, people lie all the time. And, like, it's just one of those things of, like, but he moved to Wisconsin for a woman. So, like, I know military men who have moved all over the country for women. So when expert was talking last night and he was like, Florida, Arkansas, Missouri, sounds like a woman was involved. It's like, oh,
and by the way, guys, if you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. And if you're listening outside and you're sitting out in the cold and you want to come in, and I know that you're fans, but you want to come in and take part.
If you claim to hate me, but you watch everything I do, let's face it, you're a fan.
I am
hit that down button, because I could care to fuck less, because that still helps me with the algorithm. So
I am so proud.
Some point, but you still help me. And thanks for hate watching, because you still make me money. And just like Camelot said the other day, if you think YouTubers are on YouTube and they're not trying to make money, you dumb. Yeah. Yes, do I like talking about things that matter?
Yep.
Yes. Do I think money is the only thing that makes the world go round? No. Do I just like being able to, like, pay for my stuff, you know, like upgrading my system, or, you know, paying for my Pacer bill, or, you know, paying for my internet, you know, maintaining my channel? It's pretty much all I care about when it comes to the money. But at the same time, like, if you think I'm just doing this for free, like, this is how I help my family kind of situation. So, like, the fact that people go, oh, people are just on YouTube to make money. If people weren't on YouTube to make money, there wouldn't be channels monetized with hundreds of thousands of followers.
I can just for the record, I can state that I have my reasons why I'm not monetized. And one thing I will say is that this whole thing is I mean, you like, okay, guys, you need to understand when people from Europe or from different parts of the world are watching and listening to this. You have to understand what their opinions are going to be really different to yours. But I am so proud. Do you know what? It's like, you know, I'm so proud that they actually listened to what I was saying, and they paid attention to what I was saying about the slap, because to actually see the exact spelling of it, I mean, and the thing is, here's the thing. That slap thing is actually from over here. But that's beside the point. The fact of the matter is that these people will watch other people's streams, and they will take, if it benefits them, they will use it, right? If they can make a big thing, what the, hey, baby squid, right? So thank you for using. Maybe I should teach you. I'm just going to shut up now. Hey, baby squid. Hey, baby squid. Hey, you baby squid. Oh, yeah. Hiya. Hey, baby squid. Hello. Are you being a good girl?
So you're saying you're with my ass? Yeah, she's a dancer. AT1, you and I need to talk. You need to email me or something, because for the Navy's 250th birthday, I might do a like a stream of like people telling sea stories and stuff like that, and I'm sure people got them. So, you know, if anybody wants them. But I think this is where we will kind of call it a day, because we are at almost 3 hours, and that for me is
that's a good one. I've enjoyed it.
It's been fun.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been educational to a point where I probably have to talk to my queen and get some, and the interaction with the community has been fantastic.
And I got some info on Lisa Lee.
Yeah, and I hope that some people who in the chat, hopefully you'll probably come across a different side and may have a different opinion of yours truly. However, thank you, everybody.
People that think you're a jerk don't know you.
Yeah, I know. Bless them.
You are Uncle Spawn, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Uncle Spawn.
Hi, sweetie. Hi. Yeah.
They have full-on conversations without me.
Have you been a good girl?
Yeah.
Good.
Say we're gonna go cook dinner now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye bye, sweetheart. You gonna have some dinner?
Yay.
Yes.
Jeffrey, I keep going back and forth between like 55 to 60 subscribers to like 30 subscribers till I hit 4K. So I don't count, because sometimes YouTube messes with it, and then sometimes people go, she talked mean to me, and people unsubscribe because they listen to somebody who hates me and who I want nothing to do with, and who hate watches. So like, yeah. So, yeah.
I think it's like one day people will come to the realization is that, you know, prejudging someone is probably, you know, when you listen to someone and you listen to them and they don't show any proof or facts, one day you're going to come to the realization that, oh crap, I think I should have used my own opinion.
I had someone who I considered a friend that got mad at me for releasing those screenshots and those messages.
What ones? The ones that you? Oh, right. Okay. Yep.
It was like, wait, someone for 4 months told me that I was mean, and that I yelled at somebody, and I was mean, and that I threatened somebody, and they had 4 months to show the proof, and they never did. So I showed the proof that I didn't threaten anybody.
I made a big deal about it.
You don't accuse me of a crime. You don't accuse me of a crime and expect me to let you accuse me of a crime.
And just for the record, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, anyone with common sense who read those, and thank you very much for allowing me to show those, by the way, Squid. Anyone
No
who
problem.
read that interaction, right? At no time was there any threats made. At no time was anything nasty said. It was assertive, saying, "Hey, leave me out of this. Leave me alone. I'm not interested." And then when you get laughed at, that's
Yeah, but
And
the
then-
interesting thing is people get mad at me for releasing the messages that people have talked about for months, that I was mean or I was this and I was threatening. But then those messages had been talked about for months and used to make people I lost about 100 subscribers from that.
Yeah, but can I say one thing, Squid?
But-
One thing. Sorry, go on.
Before you say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
So they were messages that had been talked about but never shown.
Mm.
So for someone to get mad at me for releasing them, someone who I considered a very close friend, who got mad, an actual friend, who got mad at me for releasing them, was very interesting. And it's always the person who defends themselves who gets the shit. It's never the person talking the shit, which is funny to me, because then this person decided to post all of our DMs on Facebook, and I'm like, the fuck? And I'm getting people, they posted all your DMs. Well, I didn't say anything, so okay. Like, okay, you're going to show the part where, and I never did look at them, so I don't know if he ever showed the part where I said, please stop talking about me or lying about me, and he left. Did he leave that part out?
I'm not sure, but one thing I will say is this, right? Is that for the like when it all kicked off, right? It was taken out of context, and the narrative was made that basically, I even had, and I'm going to say this quite publicly now, I had two people approach me privately in DMs and say, "Is it true that she threatened so and so and so and so?" And I went, "Absolutely not. I've seen the conversation. There were no threats made. She Squid was basically stating very assertively that she didn't want to be involved or had any business in it, and she wanted to be left out of it." And then she was laughed at, and that there was like a slap in the face. So therefore, okay, for 4 months, right, a narrative and the context and narrative of that actual message was taken out of context by an individuals, and then used to put a bad light on individuals. And then when you allowed me to show them, right, basically the truth was then shown publicly, and then you posted them yourself. So at the end of the day, this should prove the credibility of individuals who did this. And there's no hate or vindictiveness or anything, but if you're going to change the narrative to your liking so you can convince people that
she picked something up off the desk that she wasn't supposed to have, and I took it away from her, and she got mad at me. She grabbed scissors out of my drawer.
Oh, no.
She managed to reach her hand in from the side and grab them, and I thought they were far enough back where she couldn't get to them, and she saw me put them away, so she knew where they were. And so
one more thing I'm going to say. I do apologize. Heed my words, ladies and gentlemen, Wookiees and Ewoks, members of the jury. Heed my words. I don't care what anyone's opinion is about me. What you should be concerned of is my opinion about you, and the fact what you say, what you type, and what you do, because I will use facts and proof and your own words to prove you wrong. I'm not vindictive. I am here to enjoy myself. I have a fantastic time with Squid. I have a fantastic time with other people. But please, please stop letting people decide how you perceive things. Do your own research. Do your own checks. Have some common sense, because you can. It's just use common sense. That's all I'm saying. And Squid, welcome to the Spawn Trooper crew. Congratulations, you've surpassed 3 hours.
I do sometimes when I trial stream, but I haven't trial streamed in a long time. I haven't trial streamed since we moved here because the change in sleeping arrangements meant that she was not she doesn't sleep by herself very well anymore, and because of that she doesn't sleep. I don't stream at night, which is one of the weird things. But since then, I used to do night court, where I'd like take a day of court and I'd condense it down, watch it 1.5 speed, skip all the breaks, skip all the BS, and
have a look at Jeffrey's comment.
Don't use the track truth and facts, gives you an unfair advantage. Yeah, funny. Yeah, I'm gonna change where we're redirecting because I'm not redirecting to myself anymore. So Melanie Little, Andrea Burkhardt is 5'2", but Melanie Little, let's see.
Yeah, I know common sense is like, I mean, you can go into Walmart. Apparently, you can go into Walmart and buy common sense for $9.99, and you get a kilo, and it lasts for about a day. So it's worth it, worth the money. I would. But I've enjoyed
attorney Melanie Little.
Say again.
Is her James? Is her attorney Melanie Little?
It's been interesting today. We've covered quite a few things.
Yeah, it's been a
roller coaster.
We're gonna go to Andrea Burkhardt because she's the only person that's coming up. Or we'll go to Lawyer. You know, he's cool. I like him. So. You
had a good stream today. Congratulations. You've actually.
It's on sale for $6.49. It's on rollback.
Yeah, it's. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. So congratulations, Squid. You've now reached a club of 3 hours. So you'll get your membership pack.
Because I have to.
Yeah.
I am 42 away from 4K, and I've been.
Guys, subscribe to Squid.
I've been 40 some odd away for months because every time I get close, somebody decides to talk crap about me, and I.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
so I feel like every time I start to go up, I up somebody who will remain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who will remain a wannabe
shadow, ghost, wind,
one of my jarheads that no one will claim.
Yeah, sorry, what?
I mean, all the Marines I know hang out here.
Anyway. Anyway. I
love my Marines, and they all hang out here. Members live tomorrow, and we will finish up these documents that I didn't get to today.
Wait, what?
And then
how do you know
the documents that are still on the docket that I didn't get to today, in the second case, and a members only live stream tomorrow. Because I got to do some research, and there's an Ask Me Anything.
Yeah.
So a chill and chat with me, where we can actually chill, and there's no like super point to the stream, except for just hanging out with my chat.
Yeah, and don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the opinions and viewpoints and comments said in this stream are our own.
Nobody speaks for me, and I don't speak for anybody else.
Exactly. Exactly. Except Mama Squid, she'll talk for me. She'll speak on my behalf. I'm so scared right now. Send help.
AT1, we'll talk in private. But y'all have a great day. I have you set up to redirect to attorney, the lawyer, you know, my Tampa. Attorney Goodhair from the Tampa area. So y'all go say hi. He is doing the verdict for Karen Reed. He has done wrap-ups every day. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you guys on the next one.
And thank you for having me.
No problem. I will see you later. Bye, guys.
Yeet. Goodbye.